No, I've been out of town. I've lost my keys in Vegas. I was in Phoenix. Life has been interesting, but I love everybody. We are back for a very, very, very special episode.
And we had to take our time on this one, so.
Yeah, we could have rushed it. We could have messed this up.
Cannot rush this episode. If you see me waving this, you already know what it is. We've been talking about it for the last few weeks.
Rob Kardashian and Black China got back together? She another one. But she changed her life.
Yeah, she went to church, right?
Yeah, shout out to Angela White.
The last, let's say last stage.
Shout out to all the girls with a scripture in their bio.
Yeah, red flag. Red flag, red flag.
What if the scripture is last in their bio?
If you have a scripture in your bio, it's just a red flag in general. Especially if you have any bikini pics on your bio. Red flag, red flag.
I don't like none of that. I'm no longer here. All right, let's get started.
So no matter how great our numbers are, business-wise, football generates the most money with the fantasies and all of that.
This is Gilbert Arenas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about how great our show is, it's how much money is generated through the sport. Because they pay us a lot of money and we not taking no pay cuts in here, if they say your ass gonna do 2 days a week and we want to try what they do for 3 days a week and we keep our money, hey man, hey, do your thing, man. We'll see. Shit. Do y'all thing, man, right? Because at the end of the day, we can say, oh, hell nah, fuck that. And then they start cutting contracts. So if they want to go ahead and try 3 days a week until football season's over with and then recheck their hand, cool. Everybody still got their jobs. Tell you this, I can tell you this, with the way our contracts is doing, they could say, hey, man, we're going to let about 6, 7 of y'all go.
I don't know how I feel. First of all, I hate listening to athletes who have shown poor judgment continue to talk about showing poor judgment. So if you do not know, Underdog, which is sports betting.
Yeah.
Does that count as sports betting? I mean, you could bet on sports, but it's like over and under.
Yeah. Technically, they're in the gray area.
Okay.
So and they just they have a lot of money about them. I mean, hell, we probably should reach out to Underdog and see if they want to.
You ain't getting 50% though.
No, you're not getting anything. Like, just tell us what you're gonna pay for the. I mean, because like, what would be the point? Now, to Gilbert's point, as that clip kept playing, he was saying like, "Yo, it was a YouTube channel I wasn't using." So for him, this kind of was a no-brainer, right? But now. It like I said, you didn't let it play. It's a long clip, so you can't really let it play. But, the guy that says, he was like, yo, is it 50-50? It sounds like it's 51-49.
Exactly.
And that's a solid point.
And it's like, for what? I mean, I get it. But at what cost? How much does $1 really cost? That is my favorite.
I think Gilbert is saying that they paying us a lot of money. And he didn't say how much they was paying. But at the end of that clip, he was like, yo, our monthly staff might be $4 million a month. So I'm like, yo,
that don't even make sense.
I'm pretty sure it's just an athlete being bad at math.
Yeah.
So
poor judgment.
Yeah. But I'm like, yo, there's no way Underdog is paying y'all $48 million a year. No. Now,
and expenses.
If Underdog is paying $50 million a year,
no way.
Then I don't know. Yes, you might can have 50% of this pod. You might can have the whole damn pod. But
retire us.
Like it's yours.
Yeah. Look, we'll start something else.
Yeah, do what you want.
2 other dads podcasts. I mean, I always look at how much $1 costs. Like you have something, you start something. Also, I'm not when was that? When all the rappers, like when Jay-Z and all them was talking about stuff, they was like, yo, you can own 100% of nothing.
Yeah.
Or 50% of like everything, right?
Something,
right? And then it's like one of those things where we create a partnership. But if that partnership is like, hey, now we run your show. We telling you when to show up. We telling you need to add.
You're an employee.
You are an employee at this point. And I would just wonder if Gilbert Arenas, but he's never strike me as a person who has good sense.
Well, I mean, athletes are employees in general.
And they're not smart.
So they're not. So it's not this ideal. I'm not going there just early in the pod, but it's not this ideal of, they're these independent contractors. They're not. They're employees. They're unionized employees.
Yes.
So a lot of their behaviors is always going to be, and most of us are employees, right?
Yes.
But a lot of us also have like, all right, we're trying to get out of that, right? Like, I want to run my own, be my own boss, and I think he's been super well compensated because he's pretty much saying like, yo, whatever they ask, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Whatever they ask, I'm gonna do it. But it's also Like, I don't know, man. Let these look. If you want to come and waste money over here, like we have thousands of downloads every week. If you would like to come over and waste, $1,000 a week, like we're not going to turn it down.
We not, but you're not getting 50%.
You're not getting 50%.
You're not getting.
But it doesn't sound
40.
like it. It sounds like he sold it, and I mean, I think even crazy enough, right? Good segue. In our 200 episode, right? I think in the last 40 or 50, we start realizing, the game is rigged. It's not about quality.
Oh, we're gonna get there. Well,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not quality, it's not what people like, it's not about audio visuals as much, right?
it ain't about content.
It's something else.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to realize, oh crap.
Yeah, $20 is always gonna be $20. All right, let's start this pod.
I'm Pastor Mike Will.
Now, I am Gavin B. Welcome to Service. Sit down. The Black Dads Club. What the hell is the point of this podcast? Let's do it like that.
If you are a black male and you're in a jam, hit me up. I'll get you out.
Trying to save black men.
We give black men a place to be seen, a place to be heard.
Sometimes I gotta push back because be lying.
They do, but so do women. So that's what makes the pod cool.
Strap in. It's about to be fun.
Now let's begin.
Yo, I want to welcome everybody to episode 200 of the Black Dads Club. We have finally made it. We are here. That is Pastor Mike Will. I am Gavin B. Like I just said, this is the Black Dads Club. We are so glad that you are here. We're so glad that you're listening. To be fair, somebody here is listening for the first time, and y'all don't know what we've been through. We have Mike holding up episode 20. Let me help him out on this side. It has been a journey, and we will get there, but I do want to welcome everybody to episode 200, and we are so grateful. Before we continue, I do want to give everybody a dad's tip, which is brought to you by
Victory Dental, Indian Land, Dr. Cedric, one of the best guys in Charlotte, wants to remind you to use your FSA and HSA before the end of the year. The end of the year is coming. November is basically 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start using your FSA funds. It's going to be Victory Dental, Indian Land, South Carolina, Dr. Cedric McDonald.
Please tell him that we sent you.
And if you're an HBCU grad, so is he. I think he went to Howard. What is Howard University? The Bison? I think they're the Bisons.
Hey, man, they got to argue with who the real HU is.
Hey, I saw that battle going between them and Hampton this weekend.
Yeah, it always goes down with them, man. Shout out to A&T. Shout out to G-Ho. Wasn't there, but it looked like a time.
Yeah, G-Ho looked like it was a great time this weekend.
Yeah, I've only been like once or twice when I was in college.
Is their homecoming the same time as do they do them all together? Because it's Greensboro's there, A&T is there.
Oh no, I think UNCG usually do it like a couple weeks later. Yeah, but they know better. They know better. A&T be too much. I haven't been there since I graduated. I didn't go to A&T. I should have, just to let everybody know. But
I should have went to A&T. I went to Charlotte.
Yeah, me too.
And I should have went to A&T.
Me too.
But big up to Charlotte though, because Charlotte is up and coming. Charlotte is deciding that they're going to lock down Charlotte. Y'all going to make my degree valuable. Mm-hmm. I mean, an entrepreneur, not really going to need it at that point, but I'll be an alumnus.
They can come get it back. Get it back in blood. UNCC is stepping up. I went and got Roman passport from up there.
Not UNCC anymore. They're transitioning. They're Charlotte.
To Charlotte.
They're just Charlotte.
Yeah.
You should know this in the
I don't read none of
alumni emails.
They send them shits. Them shits go to spam. I throw the mailing away. They stopped calling me for money. I was like, stop.
Yeah, we ain't there yet. We're not there yet.
But
we're going to be there because we're discussing some fundraising activities today.
Yeah, UNCC, if you want to sponsor this podcast, we'd love to go do that. Dad tip of the week.
Charlotte. It's not UNCC.
Oh, my fault. That's going to be the name of this episode. Charlotte, not UNCC. Dad tip of the week. Progress over perfection. If it's one thing I've learned about this podcast, it is progress over perfection. If you are waiting for something to be perfect to get it started, you will never get there. You will never start. You will never finish. You will never figure out what you don't know. To be fair, me and Mike started. Was it in my house?
Yeah. One of your spare bedrooms.
Yeah. We started there on this long ass table. Didn't know what the hell we was talking about.
Yeah.
We went to a dingy, dark office. I think we had one light. The audio was still bad. We didn't know what was going on. It was better than most. It was better than a lot of y'all who wouldn't talk to us. But The video wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And now we good. Like we not where we want to be, but we're moving. And I'm so grateful for that. But I just want to remind, especially all dads, no matter what you're doing, especially when you're talking to your kids, you know, I try to talk to my nephew because he wants to grow and do different things. And I'm like, bro, just get started. Who cares? Like, stop worrying about, is it going to look good? Is it going to sound good? Is the lighting going to be good? Am I educated? Bro, there's somebody, I want everybody to listen to this. There's somebody who's younger than you, who looks better than you, who is willing to jump off the ledge just so they could jump off the ledge.
Yeah, you got to, like you said, progress over perfection. And that's hard because I struggle with that because I'm like, I wanted to look this way and I wanted to be like this. And it is hard because most of the time you learn how to make it look that way and make it be that way through the experience. Facts. Right? Like you learn along the way. Like I finally was able to line up my computer screen with StreamYard, like Streamlabs. like I finally got it. Like I finally figured out, okay, I need this size screen. And it's been like 10 lives. You know what I'm saying?
How
just
long
to figure
it took
that out.
Mike to get started on his damn live?
Yeah.
I think it took us like 2 years. We had to shame you.
Yeah, well, y'all tried to shame me. You just finally annoyed me to the point I was just like, all right.
We shamed you into you lost weight since you've been on here?
Now, I did have to lose weight. Now, that was low-key some of being in Bogota as well. But I'm going to tell you what happened. Got back from Bogota because I was out of shape. Had a lovely time down there. Lovely young lady, right?
Oh, she worked them.
Yeah, I did. I got work 9,000 feet in the air, and I was like, whoa, I'm out of shape. But I came back and we was doing the pod, and we had an episode or a reel or something that just went viral out of nowhere.
Look,
and I was so fat in that reel.
Yes.
I was like, what? You got to be kidding me.
But the ladies have noticed you lost weight.
Like, why did this go viral?
Look.
And then I was like, yo, if the pod is going to take off and if I'm going to continually, fly to places that are 9,000 feet in the air, got to get in shape. So that was a little bit of shame. It was a little bit of the reel going fucking viral. And I'm just being like, you got to be kidding me.
Look, and then it was funny enough, we got the Quinta reel that's going viral right now.
Again?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like they've been going over the weekend.
What happened? Because that's our divesta reel.
I don't know.
So is there an interracial relationship falling apart somewhere?
Probably, but what pissed me off is one of my favorite YouTube comedians. She was talking shit about me in the comments. And I'm like, girl, I like you. Like, I really like your content. And then that's why I wrote her back. I was like, who exactly are you talking about? Me or Mike? I need to know before I start unfollowing all your content.
Nah, man, people got to get it off on the internet, man.
Please get it off. I mean, if you got to do it.
They got to get it off on the internet. So, that was part of it. Was like, all right, I can't be a fat bastard because I know what joke's coming. The head joke is going to be there. Can't do anything about the size of the bald head. But I was like, all right, I gotta lose the weight. Got to check out my boy Said next year with my HSA and or FSA, whichever one I have.
Shout out to Say we'll be there. I got shamed into figuring out how to grow my hair back. Shout out to Ashley does my hair. They've been in the comments going in. But yeah, I got shamed today. It happens.
It happens. Free consultation, bro.
Yeah, y'all doing what Kevin Samuels could have did for us since he was an image consultant, but y'all took him up out of here. Where have we been? We were supposed to record this episode 2 weeks ago. I want everybody to know the next person who goes to Vegas, if you can go to the Bellagio and look in a fountain and see if you see my car keys, I will appreciate and love you. Shout out to everybody, especially Sierra, who is a listener, friend of the show, who shamed me for even taking car keys to Vegas. I was out there. Let me tell y'all this. I'm not saying you should, but everybody should go visit the Fontainebleau at the end of the strip. A beautiful, beautiful, brand new hotel. It's just too pretty to be on the strip. Too freaking pretty. But I was out there in Vegas. My wife was at a conference. I was shaking ass. Shook ass so much I lost my car keys, which sucks.
Does the Fontainebleau has any clubs or exclusive clubs or bars until because most of the hotels have their own bar or lounge or club.
They have a poppy steak in there.
Okay.
I'm telling y'all this. It's $1,000 steak. It's $1,000 tomahawk. I'm gonna put a video. I want everybody to go to Poppy Steak and look at what they do when the steak comes out. It comes in a briefcase. It comes with bottle girls with lights. They turn off all the lights in the restaurant. The DJ plays music for you.
For
they bring
a steak.
For a steak. They also, I got to show you this, Mike, because you're not going to really understand what I'm saying. And then they have a king crab that they bring to you in a cage.
That's a lot of work for a roach.
Yeah. See, you're doing too much. It is.
Excuse me. What is it? Arthropod.
Bro.
I can't even speak.
See, you're over here hating on it.
I'm over here hating.
Bro, but it was like, and so we were sitting at the bar, and so the dude was like, "Oh, get ready for the show." I'm like, "A show?" He like, "Yeah, the show is about to happen." I'm like, "Bro, all right."
All that for a tomahawk. I mean, even though tomahawks are expensive. Like, if I would just go to the grocery store right now and buy like a regular tomahawk, it's still gonna be what, $75?
Yeah. All right. Click that video right there. All right. On the go. Mike is about to play the video. That it's intense. It comes out. They literally have bottle girls. They got servers with you. It's like 10 people bring you this $1,000 steak, and it was They say they do it because it encourages other people to be like, what experience did they get? I need that $1,000 experience as well. And it was crazy.
It does look good.
It do look
Can't
good.
say it looks $1,000 good, but I mean, I don't know. If you got that much money to blow, maybe so.
Yeah, and then I got
that just make me want a steak right now.
I got the lamb chops. That was $100. I don't know how I afford that. But the one thing about Vegas, once you lose something, you just start making bad decisions. They start compounding and all right, bad decision after bad decision.
Hey man, you just got to go and be like, all right, 300 on black.
Yo.
And then if you lose it, like, all right, 600 on black. Yeah. And then if you lose it, all right, 12. And then after that, if it doesn't work, it's like, okay, all right, I just, it's going to be McDonald's for the rest of the trip.
Exactly. And that's going to cost you too much. Welcome to the 200s. What are hand claps on here? Do we got those? Hold on. See? Nope. There you go. I want to welcome everybody to the 200s. If you're just now joining us, you are not just now joining us because this is a podcast episode. I do want to thank you for being here. Thank you. Oh, shit. One day I'm going to fix that, but not today, clearly. I do want to thank everybody for rocking with us. Med brought us some champagne, some Prosecco.
Some Prosecco. Thank you.
You got to specify.
One of our, that's right, champagne is only from Champagne, France.
Really?
Yeah. Everything else is sparkling wine.
Oh yeah, they do put that on the side.
Yeah, you gotta be very, very specific about that.
How you feel about? So thank her. Hold on, let's get our thanks off. Shout out to Med. Who else we got to thank?
Med, definitely got to thank Mimi.
Shout out to Mimi for the gold balloons.
For the balloons. Our listeners from day one, definitely really, really good friends. And we are going to, all right, things that are coming.
Hold on, I gotta get my thanks off too.
I'm finishing my part, then you hop on your part.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna do the thanks. We both do thanks, then we both do. All right, go ahead.
Okay, no. You're right. As you can see, for the 200th episode,
we still learning each other.
we have no clue what we're doing.
Let's do this. Shout out. Dang, I was about to give you a government, girl. Shout out to Med for the orange balloons. We appreciate you. These things are huge. Pause. She was on it. Hold on, here we go. Shout out to the drink. Hold on. Oh, shit. Thank you. Wepa. Oh, I forgot about my jeans. Let me get a cup. All right, but go ahead. You got any more thanks?
I'm probably forgetting some people. Hey, thank you to our sponsor. So our first sponsor, I decided to wear the shirt today because this was like our first major sponsor. No Grease Premium Outlets. Thank you to, Ed.
For believing,
trusting in us. So I'm definitely wearing this shirt today. Big ups to you. And thank you to Sid for deciding to sponsor today's episode, even though I'm bullying you into it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. We coming for some of y'all make too much money to listen to this podcast to never invest.
Yeah.
Yo, I need to thank a couple of people, and this is real talk. First of all, thanks to both of our sons. Without y'all two, we would not be here for real.
Yeah.
Shout out to at least one of y'all. Shout out to Gray for stepping in and listening. We did give you headphones, but we know how kids do. Y'all push pause and start listening to stuff you ain't got no business listening to.
They definitely be doing that, man. He trying to get on so bad. I'm like, no, bro. Like,
somebody asked me, like, you should do an episode with Ro. I'm like, for what? It's gonna be 5 minutes of him just blabbering. But shout out to our boys. Shout out to our moms. Mike's mom was an earlier listener that scared us both. We did not know she was listening, and she told us to clean it up.
Yeah, we did not know she was listening. She is definitely early adopter. Yes, thanks to my mom, for also being a listener. She's one of the reasons why we curse a lot less on the pod.
Yes. And my mom randomly calls in and leaves comments. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that was there in the first 30 episodes. We don't know how y'all pushed through.
Man, have no clue. Did we delete all those for sure?
I think we did. So the number looks off. So it looks like we only got 170 episodes, but this is actually 200. Shout out to the first iteration of this podcast. Shout out to that. Because it gave us time. So here's the thing. Me and Mike have been knowing each other for so long. I like to say Mike knew me before I got here, but in reality, I'm 36 now. I knew Mike when I was 21.
Yeah.
And we've had plenty of conversations, plenty of arguments, plenty drunken nights, plenty of things we can't talk about. A lot of those, right? So we had fun, but it wasn't until we sat down and was like, yo, let's figure this out. Like, let's talk. And those first 30, those first 60, whatever, of Business Stir Fry was us figuring each other out.
Yep. Us figuring it out, deciding to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
There's been plenty of times where I think we both have almost quit.
Yeah.
And the other one grabs the other one to be like, hold on.
Yeah, Mike tried to pull a move maybe 10, 15 episodes ago, and I just never responded back to his text. I told him, I was like, yeah, that was a mistake. I wasn't even about to let you make it.
Hey, man, life was life.
Life was like, but look, we here for each other. I want to thank you because for those who not know, I had a whole podcast before this, and I liked it. It was going well, and Mike was kind of like slowing that down, right? Because he was like, yo, I got this idea. And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to push this one. But as God would have it, my other co-host just quit. And shout out to you for quitting.
We're there. I mean,
I'm doing better about not talking bad about people.
Hey, man. Yeah, I mean, you about to have a huge audience now. You don't want to be known as just the hater.
I had a dream about being a hater podcast for my photography podcast, and I really was going to lean into that more. But
what's the best hater podcast right now?
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden?
Absolutely, by far. Joe Budden, or it's maybe Charlamagne ain't got his own podcast.
And he don't really do the hating thing. He does the backhanded comment thing. Like, that's what he does.
See, I might trying to do it. But yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to Mike for pushing through. Shout out to Ez for being my first, he being my first co-host to quit. Mike's brother quit on me first, then Key quit, and Mike is still here pushing through. I think it's because Mike know he could just be like, yo, I'm older than you. You got to respect this. Mike haven't used that yet, but it's coming.
When I hit my 50s, I'm damn sure going to start using it. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah.
I think using it in your 40s is cheating. But I think once you get in your 50s, bro, I remember when I was a kid, like 50 is not really as old as it used to be anymore, which is crazy. Because I remember when I was young, like if you turn 50, you would get like senior citizen discounts.
Facts.
At like grocery stores,
Golden
gas
Corral.
stations. Restaurant, like Hardee's had a card. Like,
did.
Dude, a 50 years old, you would get a senior citizen's card.
You can go to Ross and get 20% off back in the day.
Bad, crazy world, bro. Crazy world.
Yeah, you just gonna. Oh, yo, and shout out to our new listeners now, who are in the top third of their communities, who are willing to lend us resources, help out, invest in us, show up for us, show us love. And check us. Like, yo, what episode at? What y'all doing? Y'all need to be doing this. Y'all need to be here. I'm plugging y'all in with this person. And shout out to y'all. What is your hopes for this podcast? Like, what you want to see us do?
Honestly, so my whole thing has always been building that community. And most people call it a tribe. I think tribe is just so overused and it's corny now. Right? But I do believe that, like, yo, there has to be, because as I look at myself, I was like, all right, I'm by myself out here, whatever I'm doing, right? Mm-hmm. Good or bad, right? It's like, it's just me. And then I started realizing that, yo, it's a lot of us out here doing the exact same thing. We just got bad press and bad PR.
Yeah.
So like my hope is that we just become a place where black men be like, all right, if the world's just saying the hell with me, let me go listen to Black Dads Club. I know they're over there talking trash. I know they laughing. I know they're big up in black men. So I really just hope that just become a place where, black men in general, all men, but, it's called Black Dads Club. Yeah. Men can come over here and just be like, hey, man, this is the one place where I don't have to worry about getting my back kicked in. I might get held accountable, right? But I don't have to really worry about, like, I can listen to something from start to finish, and I don't have to really worry about angrily disagreeing because I'm being a whipping boy or I'm having to fight propaganda.
Yeah. For me, I want to be a place of like resource, a place of just that kind of like what you were saying. Like I can go here and I don't feel targeted.
Yeah.
And relatable. I think a lot of times you listen to some podcasts and it's just no longer relatable. And that's sometimes because your host is making so much money or they're getting so much experience, they don't even know like what y'all doing back over here.
And to that point, I hope that we are always relatable because and I
rich
think,
still, but
yeah, but see, I here's the crazy thing: a lot of our listeners are actually rich.
Yeah, they make more than us.
Yeah,
one in the room. She's sitting outside the room. She's trying to act like she don't hear us.
That's like no BS. Like I mean, I have met guys where I would just you're meeting professionals, right?
Yeah,
doctors, business owners, lawyers, right? Like these guys have money. So I don't think our content will ever not be relatable because one of the things that I definitely want to do, as we do blow up is create like a solo travel blog.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else.
So anything I'm about to say. But no, like because I had intended to do it, for my phone got stolen last time I was in Colombia, of all places.
Can't go back.
Yeah, and I'm probably be back next month. Because I got to go back and I got to reshoot all the footage. So we can create the travel vlog.
Freaky Mike.
Again, this is not a where the hoes at travel vlog. This is a, hey man, these are things that you can do as a single man when you travel to these cities, right?
And y'all can relax on Colombia and the DR. Go to some other countries and say where the hoes at. Like those two countries, it's 30,000 videos. We get it.
We know where they at.
Go somewhere else, please.
we know where they at.
Yeah. What's some regrets? I don't know if I got any.
I don't really do regrets, man. I'm one of those people where I take everything as an experience. Now, is there things that I could do better? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely, one could have took the pod more serious early on, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, everything else has been like a learning experience. Like even us getting to where we are, we don't get there without screwing up like the first 60, 70 pods. Like we don't get here until we really be like, all right, who are we? Like I think we spent a good 6 months one time arguing about our audience.
Facts.
Like what direction we wanted the pod to go. I literally think we spent, and I don't know if anybody, I don't know what episodes are, but I don't know if anybody can really tell from listening, because like it'd be sometimes me and Gav would be like really be into it, and then we cut the camera on, and then we'd be like, okay, we're in the pod. And like we really just got into it.
Like that time you wouldn't let me talk about Diddy because I wanted to play the R. Kelly video. When R. Kelly did the national anthem.
Yeah.
And I played it anyway, and Mike died laughing. I was like, that's the only thing I wanted to say. And Mike was like, oh, you should have said that.
Yeah, you should have said that, right? We legit was in an argument
like, man,
prior to the pod. So I don't have any regrets, man, because I think a lot of that has been the learning, of how this worked. And I think sometimes things have not moved fast enough.
Yeah.
And I think in the last 40 pods, I really have learned about the podcasting business. Like they are trying to make this music industry light over here. And I didn't realize that 100 episodes ago.
Yeah, I think I don't have any regrets. A lot of it is like, should have trusted you earlier. It's been a lot of things on here that Mike has been right about. And we had a reoccurring joke, like once Mike like fails or gets something wrong 2 or 3 times, then I get to like say, all right, but he ain't got it wrong yet. So it's like, Brick Lady. Remember we was gonna go in about that?
Yeah.
What's my girl who saw the white baby walking down the street and she was just
Russell something.
Yeah, Carly Russell.
Carly Russell, yeah.
Like he got that one right. You know what I'm saying? It was like one of those things where it's just like, yo.
I'm like, give it a week.
And this is one of those businesses where you can say the right thing and be viral that week, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll be wrong 2 weeks later.
Yep.
And then, all right, you got the viral clip. But as a man, how do you feel knowing that, yo, because I wanted to be a bird and jump on something so quick and I got it wrong, how crazy could that look? Because the Carly Russell thing could have been that could start like a whole race war type shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Brick Lady, that's the time when you come in and you kick black men's back in, right? I don't think we was on air for Jussie Smollett, was we? We had to be.
I think we were, but I think that was like one of the older ones, and that was when we was on
in the hood.
Tryon.
Yeah,
we was on Tryon for that one.
Yeah.
And I remember saying I didn't believe him because I was like, nobody uses 2 slurs in a row.
That was Mike's literal answer. And I said, huh? He said, nobody uses two slurs. They're going to pick one.
Yeah.
They're going to either go for your sexuality or your race, but they're not going back to back.
They're not going to go back to back, no.
And I was like, what about the news? He was like, nah, it's the two slurs. It's too close together. And look, Jesse, that doc did not do nothing good for your PR. That was awful.
Yeah.
What's
I know
next?
racist. I'm from South Carolina. Nobody used two slurs in a row.
Shout out to South Carolina.
It's one or the other.
Shout out to never mind. We'll get to Stephen A. Smith and Crockett later. What's next? You want to tell them about Patreon? That is coming?
Patreon is coming. So two things.
I told my girl was going on Patreon. She thought it was just like OnlyFans. She didn't know it was different. Boy, you should have seen the eye she gave me yesterday. She was, wait, what?
Yeah, no. So the Patreon is coming. It's going to be 3 tiers. We haven't named them yet. I'll go ahead and give you guys what it's going to be. It's going to be 5, 10, and I think 25, but we're trying to do some free stuff for the 25 tier, so we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Patreon is actually coming. We're trying to do more behind the scenes things. The base tier of the Patreon, we definitely want y'all in the Discord because we're going to discuss a lot of the shows before we actually record the show, so we can get the input from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming. The lives on Wednesday night, we're trying to figure out, is it better on Instagram? Is it better on YouTube? Or is it better on Patreon? I actually think it's better on TikTok, but I curse too much. And I don't even curse like badly. TikTok does not like curse words at all. Like
US owned it. When China owned it, we could have got it off.
Yeah, like so it's like I can't get there because if I just say one thing, it's like, oh, yep, you can't use it for 2 weeks.
My sister did a TikTok live and her gun was on the table. Man, they blocked and deleted her shit so quick.
Go, man. I'm telling you. Bro. So probably going to end up moving into YouTube. So one of the things that we will say in the near future, like before the end of the year, this is not like me creating YouTube and it took me 2 years, as Gavin tried to shame me at the beginning of the pod to say. But I think by the end of the year, we do need to know, we will have the Patreon up and we'll either just go live from there or we'll go live there and YouTube. Because one of the things that I do want to start doing, Relentless, I know you're on our ass. I know you want us to come on the show. Appreciate you for being one of our biggest supporters.
And longest supporters too. One of the longest.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Pause.
So, yeah. So one of the things that we do want to start doing is creating that YouTube where we can get people on and have the live. That won't be behind the paywall. We actually want to do that more so on YouTube. Got to learn how to use it like that though.
Yeah.
Pastor Mike Will is damn near a senior citizen. Okay.
He is.
That's the
and
problem.
So that's my job. I will say this. Oh, going back. Hold on, I'm about to burp. See what happened, Med, when you give us drinks? We should just brought bourbon up here. Nah, we wouldn't be able to go home.
No bourbon.
Be
No bourbon
recording
today.
for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out to MKC. Y'all know who y'all are. Mike likes to call them, what you call our group? With Ben and all them? And Ryan?
Oh, the UN.
The UN. Shout out to the UN, man. I want to shout y'all out. I met y'all at a time in my life when all my other friends left besides Mike. So that ain't the point. But it was a good time in my life. It was an interesting time in my life. And as soon as I met y'all, y'all came in and said, yo, how do we make your life better? And y'all inserted yourself into this podcast, whether it's topics, whether it's Claire wanting to debate Mike at dinner, whether it's the boys looking in and saying, yo, how can we help? Let's send this to our lawyer friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to do a contract and Ryan and Ben sent it to their lawyer friend. They was like, nope, he gonna look over y'all contract. And boy, did he mark it up. I was about to just sign anything. This nigga said, what? And it only cost me a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of those things where it's like, y'all literally, and shout out to my wife.
Oh yeah, big ups.
Shout out to not listening.
Probably should have done that one first, but like you said, she's not listening.
Shout out to the mother of our children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my wife because you stopped listening after minute 15 if you get there. And I appreciate it because you let me get some shit off on here that if you heard, boy. Shout out to everybody who sends stuff to my wife, like listen to what your man say, and she like, girl, I didn't heard worse.
And appreciate all my homegirls for like all the content that y'all said. I know a lot of times y'all think that this be coming from me. This be coming from the ladies, man.
It do.
Because the stuff I get from like the guys be red pill, unfortunately, most of the time. And we don't play it. We're not a red pill podcast.
We not.
But like all the good stuff, that it actually comes from ladies. There's ladies that's sick of y'all, but it comes from ladies. But in the ladies, they won't get it off. I be like, y'all need to be telling this to one another.
Nah, because as soon as they get their shit out, dudes be like, yo, you ugly. You can't have sex and nobody wants you. So they rather send it to us so we can...
Yeah, we can get it out there.
We can get out there. Some new stuff that will be coming. Like Mike said, he talking about moving to live. I definitely want to bring photography back into this podcast, and maybe not the main show, but side stuff. Maybe we start talking to some entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So we super excited. Please be on the lookout. We have a goal of by episode 201, we will have something, or 202, because Tuesday right around the corner. We got to record next week. Let's share some podcast news. So Mike alluded to it earlier. We didn't understand the business of podcasting before we started podcasting, which is a problem. Because if we would have known,
progress, not perfection,
bro. First of all, we would have invested into like bringing guests on earlier. We just would have charged you niggas.
Yeah, I mean that definitely would have been a thing. We didn't know. We thought y'all was going viral for real.
Yeah, we didn't know y'all was I'll give you a perfect example. Tekashi is doing an interview with Vlad, and Vlad is chopping up this interview.
Yeah.
Like slices of cheese. They come in a pack. Like it's everything is like, I think he's on episode 32.
Yeah.
And they like 3 minutes apiece.
That's crazy.
But part of that is, the funny part is Tekashi talked about how he went to jail. He got out for snitching, and his label gave him a $13 million deal. And he was like, yo, they paid for my album to go to #1. Like, they literally paid. And he was like, they were so mad. He said other labels was mad because they didn't want everybody to know that, no, we paying for #1s and stuff. So me and Mike really thought that y'all was out here working hard. Right? And
we really did. We thought y'all were early adopters. Y'all had gotten here first.
Nope.
Had no clue
that y'all getting y'all rocks off. Hold on, here we go.
All right, let me break it down for everybody that does not know. The whole podcast
and it's Tony the closer.
Is rigged. When you see
the
most
fun
of the
crash
people
out
that
watch
are now
online,
guests on podcasts, it's not because that person is someone who's come to the podcast because they were highly recommended, or that person has been vetted based off their expertise. No, they reach out to the podcast and say, hey, I got money, I'm willing to pay, and I want to get in front of your audience. And as long as you got the money, they're going to let you get on the platform. So even EYL, like they do deals where like they would do like a 50-50 of whatever you would put to the audience. So like when you saw EYL partner with Recession Proof, that wasn't like it was because he was a good credit guy. It's tons of credit people. He had a program that was selling well. So them collabing together, they didn't care about anything but the profits. And then when they broke up, I'm sure it was because of the profits. But many of these platforms, $1 million worth of game, most of the guys that you see like on $1 million worth of game, go look at episodes 61 through 100. You'll see me. Immediately after that, you see a whole bunch of entrepreneurs that come on. Him 500 started working with Wallow and Gilly and referring people to the platform where they pay anywhere between $20,000+ to get a feature on the episode. But this isn't just million.
This is hate. And it sounds like he the first guy to go out there. I don't want to use the word simp, but he the first guy to go out there and just like start yo, I pay.
Oh, he definitely went on and paid. Like he admit to it. I think he says that in episode 60 to 100 that he had spent $400,000.
He did. If it wasn't this video, it was the other video.
The other video, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're talking about 40 episodes, $400,000. That's what, $10,000 an episode?
Damn near.
Yeah,
right. I ain't good at man.
Yeah. So, but you know that allowed him to grow his platform. I mean, he's definitely a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Wallow and Gilly.
I got you. That's that South Carolina draw.
Yeah, that's the South Carolina. But
oh yeah, they be whooping your ass about that online too.
Yeah, they do. I don't care. That, you know, that's another thing that I've learned by being on here is like, you gotta let the comment section get it off.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of the things we're gonna get back to Wallow and Gilly. But one of the things that Tim Ross, who I don't like, if I'm just being transparent or whatever.
That's the preacher dude?
That's the pastor.
Oh,
yeah, because he be pandering. And we'll talk about pandering because I had made that comment on Joy Taylor pod. But one of the things that he did say one time, and I'm gonna attribute this to them. He said, "I create content so you can leave comments."
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's one of the things I definitely have learned in 200 episodes. It's like let them get it off.
Let them get it
Like,
off.
what do Wale say or Seinfeld says his album? People love to talk.
Yeah,
let them talk.
Wale, I love the album.
That's definitely his greatest album.
Maybe we could debate that, but go ahead. Back to
there's
Pain.
nothing better than
More About Nothing.
Nothing album about nothing. That's his best album by far. That is actually one of the best hip hop albums.
Oh, here we go. We don't talk music no more.
Of all time.
Hey, if y'all want to pay to come on here, please let us know. I'll let y'all pay.
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely if you want to debate music.
Oh gosh.
Or Jordan versus LeBron.
So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the group this yesterday, the UN. I said, what are topics that like you can't let go? Like if it comes up in a group chat or if you out and somebody pokes at it, you like, no, I gotta engage. Like what grinds your gears that you like, this is
that
my
I
topic.
have to engage.
Yeah.
Jordan LeBron.
Okay.
Argument gets me every time.
Okay.
Because motherfuckers act like LeBron's a bum. And I be like,
here we go.
Like, what are you talking about? like, you know what I'm saying? So like that argument always get me. Kobe used to get me back in the day, the Kobe LeBron, but like I stopped arguing that one like in 2014. Like I don't care anymore. Like obviously LeBron has surpassed Kobe. But like that's really like the only one. Like Jordan LeBron.
I'm talking outside of sports.
Outside of sports, I don't. That feminists aren't racist. That one, I have to jump in, even if it's a bunch of white women. I have to jump in. I'm not even gonna lie, like because feminism is its roots is 100% racist.
Okay.
When people like to say that like liberals are good people, always gonna draw me in. Liberals are some of the worst people on the planet. Like here's the thing. Here's the difference between liberals. We got to get back to. We totally left the topic of Wallow and Tony Closer.
It's all right.
One of the things that I really, really need people to understand, like, there's the difference between Democrats and Republicans are Democrats are like, hey, black people, we want you to get the silver medal, right? But we're going to get the gold. But you're going to get the silver, right?
Yeah.
And Afro-Americans in this country, and especially people from the diaspora that come here and pretend to be African-Americans until they get the way they want to be, they are all okay with that. Like, I get the silver? Cool. Bet. Right? Republicans are like, we want the gold. We don't give a fuck about everybody else.
They don't. They will burn everything down.
They like, if it's just one medal on the fucking podium, we'll do it.
Yeah.
So, but both parties want first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, neither party is like, we'll be okay if someone else gets the gold. Both parties are like, the gold is mine. The gold medal is mine.
So it's funny because I had to scroll and look what I told the group yesterday. I was like, mine is Black Christianity. We gonna talk.
Yeah.
Don't play with me.
Yeah.
And then ignore people who ignore the Black experience. Like if you dumb it down to make it it's not about you, it's about all of us, then I'm gonna have to talk.
Yeah. And that kind of plays into where it's like, the ideal of Afro-Americans versus, Black. Mm-hmm. That conversation I'll jump in, but the biggest one I always jump in is like, please don't hit me with feminism is anti men oppressing women, because that one always draws me in, because I'm like, what men? Like, please tell me how black men was oppressing anybody in the 1960s. Bro. Like, please explain to me, right? So if you're not willing to call out who it is, I know you're full of shit.
Yeah, and for me, it's like it's always about when we are having conversations and we're talking about life and you telling me what's going on in the world. And then as soon as you start telling me what we are doing, I'm like, I don't care about what we are doing, because this world has shown me time and time again, they don't care about people of color.
No.
Fat people or poor people.
No.
Like I've learned that a long time ago.
Like that's the real world right there.
Right there. It's like we don't care about those three groups. And when you really get to like the Black experience and you start saying, well, no. And this has a lot to do with, I went to an all-white Christian school. And then once I woke up one day and I was just like, they made sure I went to Christian school for 2 years. We never mentioned Martin Luther King. And I'm giving you the most approachable black person that they have whitewashed like ever, right?
That is insane.
We never celebrated Black History Month at school. We never talked about Martin Luther King. I knew we wasn't gonna get to Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X,
Like,
Elijah
that
Muhammad.
we know that ain't happening.
We know that ain't happening. But I knew y'all was gonna give us Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. No, that man did not exist at that school. And when you start getting there, it was funny at Ben's birthday, we had a conversation about what is bougie, right? And so I was telling them, this sounds so messed up. I'm leading with this. But we was having a conversation and I told them, I was like, I went to a school where we spent weeks praying for a girl because her dad lost his job and we wanted him to get a new job. And this nigga went and bought a new Jaguar. And I remember staying in school like, I'm done praying. And that's the messed up part, right? Because you can't do that, right? But the teacher asked me like, why? And I told the teacher, I said, yo, if my dad didn't have a job, I wouldn't be here in private school.
Yeah.
Her dad went and bought a Jaguar. Do you understand how different in life that we could be? But, you know, it got to our bougie time. But anyway, Gillian Wallow.
It goes back to, I guess, like the music industry leaking into the pod industry. Mm-hmm. And that's something where I think we was very, very naive on.
Yes.
You know, very, very early on. I think we've started to realize, like, oh, shit, this is a little payola over here, too, right? A little pay for play.
It's a little, $20 going to be $20.
Little pay for play over here.
But it's also like one of those things like, hey, once you get the eyes, you know, our advertising rates then went up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It used to be, yo, you could damn near just send us a script, we'll read it off. You know what I'm saying? But then we started seeing that, yo, people are actually getting business, people walking into businesses. One of our listeners went into No Grease and was like, yo, which barber should I go to? I ain't gonna tell y'all what I said because Ed might be listening. But it was one of those things that he was like, no, I am here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it is one of those things. It's one of my favorite parts of the show.
Are we segueing into pay for play?
Y'all know. We said this episode 20. Sex work is real work.
You're never going to get me to be mad about sex work.
Shout out to the sex workers that support this podcast. One of our favorites, not that we ever experienced her, but she shout out to one of our favorite sex workers who she didn't buy no merch. I mailed it to her. I took pictures of her. Yeah. And I tried to convince her or something. I think she was just like, yo, that's a little bit too much. I was trying to get her to wear our merch on her videos. Yeah. But I was like, that might be. She was like, I don't think you want that. And I was like, well, I don't know what your videos look like. You know, my wife asked me how many porn stars I follow.
Oh. On Twitter or like Instagram?
On both.
On both?
Yeah. And I was just like,
I really don't know. I don't really follow a lot. I kind of like just have my faves.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, so I told her Lisa Ann, but I made it an excuse for that one. Because she has a sports podcast, so I blame it on podcast.
I'm trying to think.
I follow Lisa Ann. I follow it's somebody else.
I follow Tiana Trump, but she hasn't posted in a while. Now that you bring it to my attention, she has not posted.
I follow Luna Star.
Yeah, I only follow Tiana.
I'm trying to get Luna Star to like one of our videos.
Now on my burner account, I like follow all of them, but it's like I'm not in my burner like. I'm just like once a month I'm on my burner account. Yeah, shout out to Lisa Ann. She's one of the greatest of all time. For the simple fact that, yo, she's an older woman, and then she started dating a boy from Alabama, and then he got too big headed, and she was like, I had to dump him. She was like, you know who I am, and you know, because I knew what he was doing at campus. I'm smashing Lisa Ann and every girl in school. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to prove something. But anyway, back to sex work. Shout out to the sex worker who did wear our merch. I love you for that. I appreciate you for that. And I'm going to send you more as soon as we get the girl stuff. And we get new merch coming. Me and Mike, we got that. Yeah, got some new t-shirts coming. And sweatshirts, I think. Absolutely. So the reason why the sex worker topic is on the board is because a madam told Sweetie that, yo, run me my money. And here's the thing. We might need to play the act clip so we don't have to take the blame for calling who we about to name. To my Sweetie? Yeah. Well, no, the madam is online. The madam is online. We don't know if she's telling the truth or not, but there's a madam online right now saying that Sweetie owes her money. So, and we do know that the rumor was that allegedly Harden had paid her Sweetie $100K, and we were just like, and I do think we said on the pod that was way too much. That was way too much, and we was like, and I think it's way too much. I mean, I do not currently buy sex workers, so I don't know. Nah, Drake said in the line he only getting them, I think $2,700.
If Drake is giving girls $2,700, then
I mean, I follow some escorts, and like for the weekends, I've seen rates as high as $25K for like a weekend.
oh yeah,
Plus, you got to buy like gifts. You got to put them in their dresses, put them in their heels.
So here's my thing:
pay for the food.
When you hit me up asking me to take pictures for your website, and I see that on your site, my rate changes as well. Like, I'm sorry. That's how I meet these sex workers. They be like, "Oh, I need pictures for my site," and I go in there. It's like, "Fly me out to you. It's $10,000, and I need a stay at the Ritz-Carlton for 3 days, and I'm only gonna see you for 8 hours."
You double that,
triple.
You triple that rate.
My kid gotta eat. My
I do
wife
not
gotta
blame
eat.
you, man. Hey, sex work is real work.
It is, and photography.
Yeah, so it's photography.
So we get here, and the joke is, do I believe Sweetie's the only one?
But okay, so this has always been Hollywood culture, right? So Hollywood has always had this culture that B-list and C-list actors and actresses have been known to sell a slang, a little P or a little D.
Cool,
right?
Yes,
like that has always been the rumor.
At least to get to the top.
Yeah, or if you never make it to the top, like that's kind of how you make your bone.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Like, so I'm not surprised that anyone that is a singer or a rapper might actually be out here selling it, especially if you're gorgeous. If I was 6'2" and gorgeous, I'd probably be selling it a little bit.
But you're how tall you want to say you
5'8",
5'8" and gorgeous right now?
I'm not gorgeous yet. I used to be gorgeous. I'm old now.
Sweetie last album was in 2019.
Mm-hmm. She ain't made an album since 2019. And she be flying private.
I don't know why this is a surprise to anybody. Look, this is all opinion based.
Is it private or is it private Delta?
Oh no, she in the lounges.
Oh.
She in that lounge that Cardi B threw that speaker at that lady.
But see, that might be private Delta. So which is basically like first class times.
Well, if you with the soccer player, you probably on what's that? Emirates? What is that called? I ain't got the money for it.
Yeah, Emirates. So probably first class. Here's that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at her for selling box. I'm just saying, like,
I would.
These rates sound ridiculous.
Well, here's my thing. Do I believe this? I don't know. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. I don't think Sweetie's the only one. When Sweetie got a McDonald's deal with no music out, I was like, something ain't right? But I'm like, she getting a bag somewhere. And I hate when we get these pretty girls that rap and then we like, oh, they model. Like, it ain't that much modeling in the world.
No. I mean, there's a good chance that they're selling. Now, I will say, these rates do sound absurd, though.
Well, see, I don't even want to call it selling. Let me do what the ladies do.
What?
They invite tricking. We're going to get past it. I'm gonna cut through the BS with y'all really early. There was a time when we had women empowerment music, which was... let me shake this ass. You got to pay for it. To get my time, you got to pay. Any sex worker website that you go to, I don't care if it's legal in that country or not, legal in that state or not, legal in that city or not. It says you're paying for my time.
Yeah.
So if they are saying
anything that happens between us is just something that happens between two consenting adults.
Great. Mike done been on one too many websites. Y'all know I'm there. I'm taking pictures. Look, the point is,
I'm never mad about. Look, I'm not an anti-sex worker guy. I'm not even a guy where I'll be like, yo, like the names we got written on the board. Like, I don't know what I would pay. I know I'm not paying that ridiculous amount.
So my thing is this. I believe that if the women who are making the music, whether it's the Cardi B, whether it's the City Girls, whether it's Sexy Red, whether it's Suki, whether there's this list of music. And I'm not talking about it's diet sex work. It's, hey, you got to pay for my time. If you ain't got this, if you don't have this, I cannot give you the time of day. If you don't have the money to pay for me to be here, whatever.
I think the disappointment that comes from guys is when it goes from sugaring, which I think men are okay with, right? I think men are okay with sugaring, right?
I ain't old enough yet.
Yeah. You gotta
my wife just take it.
Got to be older, and you gotta have a lot of money.
Yeah, this podcast don't make enough for me to do that.
So I think men are okay with sugaring, right? And they kind of understand if a girl is fucking with a guy just to get the sugar, right?
Yeah.
And I think men are okay with. I mean, hell, we have a term called trophy wife, right?
Facts.
It wasn't because she was winning blue ribbons at the fair for a baking contest, right? It's not why she was called a trophy wife.
You bet you can't cook,
right? It was the unattainable woman that is attained by a man, right? And she's being kept, right? Which we know is still diet sex work, right?
Yeah.
So sugaring is diet sex work. sugar babies, participate in sugaring. That's diet sex work. Trophy wives, hate to say it, diet sex work, right? So it's like when it comes to rappers, entertainers, B-list celebrities, C-list celebrities that are quote unquote being kept, right? It still falls under diet sex work.
So here's the kept women that we know. Young Miami with Diddy, she let it be known. Yo, I'm getting $500,000, $250,000 every month. This man went and had a baby on her, and she was like, where the check at? Like, we know what's going on here. Somebody came out and talked about Rubi Rose. I don't know if that's true or not. None of this is true. I'm just guessing that, hey, this is what I'm guessing. A lot of these women, you have to pay for their time. When Rubi Rose was with Drewski,
regular women are telling us that, right? Regular women are like, I'm not coming over. You got to take me out somewhere. So look, the whole industry, once Cash App got here,
it was over.
It was over. Like, everybody started dabbling into diet sex work.
Everybody started committing federal crimes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, everybody, I remember this is when I used to smoke. I remember Cash App came out and like, dude was like, he's like, hey man, Cash App. I'm like, nigga, I'm not leaving an electronic trail for drug transaction.
Got to.
But I think now that's actually the norm, though. I think people actually are Cash Apping each other. Ridiculous. Y'all most self-snitching generation ever.
And shout out to Yes Jules. You don't land in those many rappers' studio sessions.
But again, though,
I had to unfollow her, by the way.
I think the problem is that men will meet a Yes Jules, a Rubi Rose, a Sweetie, right? And then they be like, well, I want you in the kitchen and I want you to be a wife. And it's like, that ain't what she is, my man.
That part. But also we are at that weird spot where I told you this when we talked about Cardi 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now. Yo, they're not getting artists they're not getting inspiring artists to make music.
Yeah.
They're getting a hot girl. They're getting a girl who a baddie, who got a following. All the dudes love her. All the girls want to be her. And they say, hey, here's some music for you. Why you think it take Ice Spice a long time to drop an album? Why you think all her songs is 90 seconds long?
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's one of these type of girls, but she wasn't. I don't believe Ice Spice was in the 8th grade like, I want to be a rapper. My homeboy Luke, who signed to Dreamville, I remember when he was ashamed in the 6th grade to say he wanted to rap.
Yeah.
Now you signed to J. Cole.
Yeah.
But I remember he was like, I don't want people to know I'm a rapper because I don't want people to judge me. And like, now you a rapper. He on tour in Europe. Shout out to him. Shout out to him for coming on the podcast. You did go to the ops first, but you came here and made up for it. But yeah, I mean, and it is what it is. And shout out, look, ladies, y'all say me and my wife are swingers. So if we make enough money, me and my wife will be getting. Rubi Rose is fine. I don't think my girl gonna go for that. I gotta find Sweetie too pretty and you too skinny for me.
Sweetie's very, very pretty. Rubi Rose is fine, but I've been following her long enough that like I don't like it overtly.
You one of them.
Yeah. I'm like a girlfriend experience guy for real. Like no, because I
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm like either or, right? Like I'm either like, okay, we're in the champagne room at the strip club. You fine? All right, what is it? Let's go. Or I'm like, you know what, man? Like, yo, lie to me a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let me know that you're just extricating resources from me.
I told y'all a long time ago, a couple episodes, I'm taking a stripper with a bottle girl any day, every day.
I have
Throw
nothing,
it in my face.
I have nothing but love for strippers.
And I got to figure out what type of girl my girl like. Because she not into that, I got to figure it out. I got to do some research. Because I definitely know she don't like skinny, pretty bitches.
How about this? How much money are you going to have this conversation? That might be where you want to start.
Oh, with my girl?
Yeah.
If this pipe...
you know
how many listeners we need?
200,000.
No, I gotta make 3. It gotta be like, hey, Gavin, like when this happens or she say something, I'm not going back to work. And shout out to my girl for getting that promotion. I don't know if we talked about that yet. No, we haven't. Mm-mm. She got the promotion.
Oh, congrats! Did she have to move or what we doing?
Hell no, we ain't moving. Nah. Shout out to my baby. She tried out for the job.
She tried out.
What y'all call it?
Interviewed.
Oh.
She tried out. I don't think you want that.
Look, gotta go to the top, Joy Taylor style. Shout out to my baby for interviewing. She got the job. Ryan and Ben interrogated her to figure out how much her salary increase was. And they came up to me and said, you are forever paying for every lunch that we go out with as boys. I want to let y'all know my wife lied. She doesn't make that much more. But I do want to give her congratulations. She found out in Vegas.
Yeah.
I only saw her for 3 hours. But you know what? What did she pay for? Now I'm thinking about it. She didn't pay for shit. We didn't celebrate. But she was celebrating with her girls. She was at Drea's cutting up. You know what I'm saying? It was a fun time.
They go to a pool party out there?
Nah, it was, bro. At night it was like 60 degrees.
Oh, it was cold out there.
Yeah. And then during the day it was on like 75.
Okay.
It was a good time. But all right. Let's get to what we missed for the last couple weeks.
What do we miss? Did we make it consistent on sex workers? Are we paying $25K for boxer or no?
How much you? Nah, I'm never paying $25K. You get I'm not paying more than what Drake could pay.
Yeah, I can't buy you gifts and drop a bag. I can't do that. I would go get a girlfriend. I really would.
Yeah,
like before I pay for sex like that, I would just get in a relationship with a woman that I want to keep. I get a trophy wife.
And it's so much that my girl gonna allow me to do to you in that experience that it's just like
it's not gonna be worth it. Okay, I just want to make sure that we understand that $25K is absurd.
My girl gonna give you dinner, some red wine, and hope you walk off with $350. And that ain't gonna get it done.
But to answer your question that you was about to ask, how much would it take? Everybody kind of knows that like I need you, and you gotta have competition because y'all don't act right without competition. like you gotta have competition.
Shout out to my baby.
That's at this dollar amount.
Shout out to my baby in the DR. We gonna have fun. My whole friend group think we swingers. Especially it didn't help that in Miami, I took a picture of a restaurant called Swingers and I put it in my carousel, and they were just like,
"Your wife is gonna kill you when she hears this."
She is. And I got like never mind.
She's gonna kill
It's an inappropriate sticker. So you know you can make stickers out of live pictures.
Yeah.
And it's just a sticker of me feeling all over her. But it's like animated and I can put it. But she was like, you can never put this in a group chat. It's so inappropriate. But it's so freaking funny, man. But we ain't swingers. The greatest shooter of all time is who?
It's Steph Curry, man.
Do you believe
it's not even debatable?
I have a better achievement or accolade for Steph Curry.
What's that?
I think he's the greatest overachiever athlete we've ever seen in our life.
I like that. Greatest overachieving athlete. Let me see if I can think of somebody that overachieved.
Steph Curry, if Steph Curry was a 3-time All-Star, just went through the NBA, got a 10-year career and retired, we would say that was okay. A lot of people like to think of that run in Davidson and say, hey, he still wasn't supposed to be who he became.
No, I mean, he still was drafted. Where was Steph drafted? I mean, he wasn't drafted.
It was top 10.
Yeah, was he like number 8 or? Let's
7. Med said he was 7.
He was number 7. Yeah, okay.
You know.
So
Ayesha beat her to the punch.
So you know, like even with that great Davidson run, he wasn't still seen as like, oh, he's a must-have. He's a top 3 draft pick. So yeah, gosh, man, that is such a good. That's a Patreon topic right there. We gotta start writing stuff down, man.
Well, we never write nothing down. I think he's the
greatest overachieving.
He's the greatest
ever.
overachiever athlete. And I don't even know, maybe Tom Brady with football, but like as far as basketball go, it's Steph Curry hands down. We did not know.
Yeah, that is an excellent topic. Tom Brady football is another good one. Gavin, your sports takes are kind of hot today. You right?
It's the Prosecco. But yeah, so I like that. One of the prettiest wives of all time. Vanessa Bryant is up there. Chris Bosh's wife is up there. I gotta find somebody dark skinned right quick. Hold on, I'm looking for him.
Crap.
Gabrielle Union pretty. I like her. She do, you know what I'm saying? Who else got a wife?
I don't know, man. I look,
Savannah
man,
pretty.
We're gonna talk about Stephen A. later. I leave men and wives alone, bro.
No, I'm just calling them beautiful.
Yeah, pretty.
They're beautiful. But Ayesha Curry, as we leave people wives alone.
leave people wives alone.
Ayesha Curry went on the greatest podcast. Ladies, there's one podcast out there for y'all to go get your shit off on.
Oh, yeah.
It is the Call Me Daddy podcast. Yeah. And she, I think this week she got Kim Kardashian on.
Yeah. I saw the clips. Yeah, she knows she's kicking in Kanye's back. Oh, you said she getting the bag?
Yeah, I'm talking about Call Me Dad, Alex.
Oh, yeah. The dude, like her contract, I want to say she has the biggest contract.
After Joe Rogan.
Out there.
Yeah.
Because did she start with,
That girl that she got rid of once they went to the new place.
Yeah, but she started with Barstool, didn't she?
Yeah, she started with Barstool. They was giving her like 10, early 10.
And
This
like
is when nobody
exactly,
was
and then they set her up, and like she got a bigger bag
at HBO.
And big up, shout out to Barstool because Barstool have said something. They set Wale Gillow up. Like shouts out to them for like setting up podcasts and seemingly not really screwing them over, just letting them go out and flourish.
Facts.
Because it doesn't really seem like I'm not gonna call you out, but it doesn't seem like that Black network is doing that for podcasts.
Nigga called him out indirectly. This is why we don't drink on the pod. Shout out to Alex Cooper. I love how you went to HBO and got rid of your co-host. I would never do that because Mike knows where my mama stay. If me and Mike ever fell out bad, Mike could call my mom and dad. He definitely could call my dad and get it done. I didn't want to tell Mike that a long time ago. Like, if you call my pops, this shit is going to get fixed.
Yeah.
But Mike knows that. And I told y'all, if Mike's sisters call me, it's all good. But Alex went to HBO and she cut her homegirl out the deal, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
And it's like, y'all went there. Now you doing this. You didn't had. If she get Jada Pinkett Smith next, we got to just crown her.
But she's had Michelle Obama. I mean, like, you don't really go. No, not Michelle Obama. She might have had Michelle Obama.
She gonna get her next.
Oh, yeah. This is so wrong for what I'm about to do right here. Kamala Harris.
She had Kamala?
Well, I think Kamala was on there.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Now we got to look it up.
Oh,
am I getting my black politician women mixed up?
She's Jamaican. But yeah. So you getting all the girls who got the same type husband. I'm here to let y'all know, no disrespect to these men because I love y'all. And if y'all
Kamala was on there. Let me see. Michelle Obama might be on there too. Her podcast is the Women's Go Kick a Man Back In podcast. Not saying that Kamala and Michelle Obama kick men's back in.
Kamala don't look like she kick her man back in.
No, because she a divester.
Well, all these ladies have the same man. I want to let everybody know. Dwayne Wade, Steph Curry, Obama, and Kanye. All the same guys.
Yeah. So
they got that kink.
Yeah, and I think that becomes the thing. Because I think most men don't really have a problem with what Ayesha Curry said this time, right?
The first half.
Yeah. I think it's like it's the totality of everything.
Yeah.
From, everything she said. And then it's like, and then at this point, it's like, yo, at what point do you just discuss yourself?
Well, I told y'all in the group chat, that's what we need to give access to.
What?
We need a $50 tip to give us our real group chat. God damn.
Well, at the top tier, we will have the Instagram group chat. Well, we're going to get it off,
but we're going to have to get fake phone numbers.
No, it's going to be on Instagram.
Oh, the group chat is where y'all want to be at. Y'all need to figure out. It's like when Joe Budden said he was going to do like 10 grand for you to come sit at the pod. We're going to have to do something crazy like that. But I told you, I think Steph is into this.
Either he's into it or he's so removed from social media that he really don't care.
True.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like he might not even hear about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of it. Now, I don't think, look.
No, if you checking Killer Mike, then you hearing about it.
Solid point. And
Killer Mike, that was wild.
That will look,
and I love you.
Don't.
Mike.
I always tell y'all, you can't really go at somebody's wife in a personal manner because at the end of the day, that man loves that woman and he's cool with whatever she's saying.
You know what I said? 50 Cent said it first. The girl that you over here trying to trick off and joke on, a dude is willing to kill for.
Yeah.
So be careful.
So I mean, I don't really. When I listen to everything she said, like I said, when you add it all together, it is one of those things where I think as men, I think what men problem is, it's like, yo, okay, if I do everything right, and if I get to the top of my field, right?
Overachieve.
If I overachieve, right? Like if I become the greatest shooter in basketball history,
I'm
right?
inching into the top 10. I got him in my top 10. Some people don't, but he's right there.
Yeah, right? I'm 6'2". I got light eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm super rich, right?
Yes.
And I think men are like, yo, if a guy is everything that women want and a woman is still like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I think that's the problem. I think men are looking at that and being like, bruh, like, come on, man. What more can I do?
My problem with Ayesha is you know this game too well. You wanted to be an actor at one point. You've been around Steph before you was 20, right? No matter what, I'm as a person who grew up in North Carolina, when I heard about Steph Curry at Davidson, I wasn't surprised because we knew who Steph Curry was.
We knew his dad was, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Not even that. I remember my dad told me who Steph Curry's dad was.
Yeah.
So that's how we knew about Steph in high school.
Yeah.
So we knew what time it was. And then my dad was like, oh, you must have never saw his dad shoot.
And I guess, like that's the difference. Because I mean, we are a generation, not a generation apart. We're 10 years apart.
Yeah.
So like, I remember his dad. So, when he had a son coming up, I was just like, oh, it would make sense that his son is pretty good. To be honest, I expected his son to be better. Now we're talking about him back then, right?
Yeah,
We're not talking today. He is as better as you want him to be. He's the best,
Yeah.
But like back then, though, it was one of those things where you was just like, oh, I expected him to be better.
And I told y'all this, and I don't know if we want to get into it, but y'all, I know what this is.
What is this?
We telling the truth.
Yeah, telling the truth, man. We
200.
We minute 11 in. Ain't nobody really here right now, but
they here.
The real listeners.
Oh, to our sponsors, shout out to what's the name of the dentistry?
Oh, it's gonna be Victory Dental in Indian Land.
Shout out to them. 80% of our listeners go to the last 5 minutes. I dare other podcasts to show me your stats.
That is insane.
So I say that to say this. I know what happens in the church. We're gonna talk about Black Christianity for 1 second. I know that Ayesha was approached at a certain age, or her parents sat her down at a certain age and say, this is the one you do not mess up. And there is a real question about, do you sit your kids down and say, hey, this is the type of relationship you need to get in. This is what's going to take our family, our legacy to another level. And we don't have that enough in our community because we're so far behind. I'm going to just keep it real. And I might just be diarrhea at the mouth at this point. But I really sincerely believe, if Ayesha telling me, hey, I met Steph Curry at 16, I went back across the country, then my people came back over here. You think I don't believe it? Her people came back over here and was like,
well, she is making it seem like she didn't like Steph, right? And so
this is part of my problem.
So here's the second part of this, right? When Michelle Obama was talking, right? Like one of the complaints that we had with her was like, yo, you can't, even if you didn't like the dude back then, at some point you got to appreciate the fact that you was having sex with the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Ayesha Curry.
The first black one.
Yeah, first black president of the United States.
African American. Because he African and he American.
I'm not doing this with you today. But I think with Ayesha Curry, like it's one of those things where it's like, yo, if you didn't like him, at some point you do have to appreciate that, yo, I'm laid up with the greatest NBA shooter of all time, right? Like,
or not even that. I'm laid up with a dude who's about to go to the NBA. That's hard enough in itself.
Yeah. That's hard enough. But I'm saying, like, even when you look back, though, because I think a lot of time what happens is, there is regret, right? We talked about regret. And one of the things that and I think this is more of a men thing than a women thing, we look at stuff as experiences, right? Women has such a desire of pleasure that if it's not pleasurable, it's like, I wish it never happened, right? Yeah. Whereas as men, we kind of live in a space of, shit, pleasure is dessert. And you know what? You don't get dessert all the time, right? But you want to eat all the time, but you don't always get dessert. So I think when Ayesha looks at it, I think she is having, some regrets, but there has to be a gratitude, right? Yeah. Because everything that you have right now is hard work, but a lot of this is just plumb luck. A lot of this was the fact that, Steph went to Golden State and not Milwaukee back then, or the Washington Wizards.
Facts.
Or
Charlotte.
Well, he might have done okay at Charlotte since his dad played here. Yeah. But it was him going to Golden State and that team, I think he was running with Monte back at the day. And Monte was a high school player that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of NBA guys like, yo, Monte Ellis was never good. Monte Ellis is like one of the greatest guards ever. Yeah. Like the dude went from high school at like 6'2".
Monte was dropping 30 with Steph on the team. Exactly. They got rid of Monte because they had Steph.
They had Steph, right? So I think a lot of that was, him being in a place where he realized how good he had to be running against Monte every day. Yeah. To where it elevated his game. So yeah, it is preparation, but preparation has to run into luck sometime. If he's in Washington, he doesn't become the player that he is. He goes to Milwaukee. Nah. I mean, we know of him the same way we know about his brother. Yeah. And we know about his brother because of him.
I really think that, my problem with Ayesha is, going back to it, was like, yo, we know that you was propped up or like at least headed into that direction. And, hey, here's a boy. He has an interest with you in the church.
And I don't have a problem with parents doing that.
I don't either. So I'm not mad at her because guess what? I told y'all this in the group. If Steph Curry has one of Anthony Edwards' baby mama or his latest baby mama, he doesn't become Steph Curry.
He doesn't become the guy that he is today.
So you do get the pretty girl who does speak proper, who's not, and I'm going to get to the end part about, she not outside wilding out. Her record clean at the end of the day. We don't see Ayesha, and look, I'm not one of the red pill people who's like seeing her fake taking her ring off on The View and getting upset.
Yeah.
Like, all right, it's whatever. Some of y'all get to joke with y'all wives like that. Cool. I better not do it, but if my wife did it, I better understand. I'll just leave it like that. But it's one of those situations, but it takes LeBron getting Savannah. It takes Steph getting Ayesha. It takes KD getting nobody.
Some men are made to be husbands, bro.
Yes, and it helps their image.
Yes.
I truly believe.
And their heart rates. Like, I mean, if you marry the right woman and if you love her enough, because women do shit. All right. Do not get it twisted. Women do shit. Yeah, women do shit all the time. It's just that men love them so much that a lot of times they're just like, all right, I'm just not going to pay attention.
Let me let you get this off.
Yeah. So and Steph is lucky enough to whereas he married seemingly, right? I don't know Steph Curry, but it seemed like that was the one he wanted, right? Because I remember being 16 years old, and I know who my favorite girl was. And I know that if I would have got her, I absolutely would have been married at 22, 23 years old. Yeah. We definitely would have had a bunch of babies, and I definitely would have screwed up a lot. She probably would have screwed up a lot. Yeah. But you know what, though? Back then, that was the woman I wanted. So we probably could endure that. But I think when you get older, that first love energy is gone.
Yeah, and Steph got his daddy there.
Yeah, got
been in the NBA. Who be like,
been in the NBA, hey, know what's going on, and being like, hey, bro, you ain't dealing with nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So to put a bow on it, my problem with Ayesha Curry is you've been in this game, this entertainment game for so long, you know how the clipping gonna go. You know how the video's gonna go. You know the hot takes that's gonna do. You know that Ayesha Curry definitely knows in 2025, every time I've gotten in front of a mic and did something, a story has came out and it has caused the issue. Maybe it doesn't cause an issue in my home, but it caused an issue with the internet.
Yeah, I don't think it's causing her issue at home because I think Steph loves her that much.
Yeah, he the Dwayne Wade. Some niggas got a kink. They got a humiliation kink.
Yeah, true. True. But I do think
and nothing wrong with that, I guess.
I do think she is currying for the attention, right? Because if Ayesha sat and told us about what it was like for her in college, right? What it was like, with I don't really know anything she's done because every time she talks about how she doesn't like Steph, right? Right? But if she
or how she missed her old life,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But tell us about that. Tell us about you being in Hollywood, going on casting calls, not getting called back.
She probably
right.
Yeah,
that would be a story about you, right? But when you tell us about Steph being behind a tree crying about whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's not a story about you. That's a story about Steph. And I think most husbands would rather you not tell that story.
So for those who are listening who don't understand, what we're trying to say is every time she gets in front of a mic, she talks about what she's missing due to the man she married.
Yeah.
And it is annoying because even if you are trying to get your shit off and you're trying to explain yourself, at the end of the day, one of my favorite Irv Gotti quotes is they asked Irv Gotti about how his wife feels, right? Because Irv Gotti was out here with Superhead and he was doing everything and he talked about all the drug use and they asked him about him being married and doing this. He said, I would love for y'all to interview with my wife and ask her what she liked the opposite. And he said, I know I did her wrong, but it's 20 years later, y'all say, ask me this. Ask her, would she want the opposite of this life? I would love to ask Ayesha Curry. Would you want to go down that path?
Yeah,
we'll show you that path, what it looks like.
Do you want him to be the high school basketball coach that he thought he was going to be? Would you enjoy that? Would you enjoy coming home cooking for that?
In Huntersville, because y'all can't afford Davidson. You'd be right there on exit 25.
Well, she said she was going to be the boss chick, anyway, right?
Judge Mathis won his wife back. Judge Mathis, I told y'all what happened with Judge Mathis. I watch him every day. I watched 3 episodes of Judge Mathis this morning. Before we started this podcast.
He said he got her back, right?
He did.
Yeah.
He worked back, and I appreciate, look, I told y'all what happened. That contract was up, and he always said on the show, I am going to live. I'm giving my wife everything she wanted because of what she gave me. She gave me the opportunity. Most people don't know Judge Mathis never met his dad. He didn't know his dad. I actually watched his I actually watched his Vlad interview, funny enough. And Judge Mathis is like super, super pro-black, like under like Nation of Islam, like that type of time.
I can see that. But him growing up without a dad makes sense where the whole gimp shit comes from.
Yeah. So like he gets on that and he talks about once he got to a certain part like of his life and he get on TV and he was talking about that. And he explains when I got to college, I was still living in the projects and my wife family took me in because they was like, you can become somebody. So I knew with all of that, and he kept saying in the show, hey, you know, and you could tell when they was like doing stuff, they was fixing his hair different, everything. And he was just like, when this is over, me and my wife, I told her like, hey, your family did so much for me. And I watched his TV show and he was like, yo, like they did so much for me that I owe her. And when he started that new Judge Mathis, I said, oh, it ain't right. Oh my gosh, you've been telling us you made her a promise.
Yeah.
But he said he had to fall back. And you know something he said, losing my wife felt like losing my mom. And he lost his mom in college. So it was so long ago. And think about it, you lose your wife and you lose your mom and you get your wife in the same few years. I bet it does become like a different thing. But yeah, sometimes you gotta fight. You know, I told
so I have a question, right? Because you're married. I'm divorced.
That I am. That you are.
Yeah, right. So
let me pull up one more.
as I always tell folks, I'm like, I'm not a stayer, right? I'll fight, but at the end of the day, like I am a utilitarian. I am a fatalist, right? I see what happens, and I'm like, all right, this is what it is. I'm not a hopeful person. I'm not a dreamer. You know what I'm saying? As someone that's married, what makes you say, you know what, I'm gonna fight for this no matter what? Because I can't speak to that.
You want to know what it really is?
Yeah.
You said a month ago. You said it more than a month ago. You need to remember why you got married.
Got you. Because I wonder about that. Because I'm like, yo, I am a husband. But it's like, yo, it's like a couple things where it's like, I'll look at the situation and be like, this is over.
Yeah.
And it may not be over. It could be me.
It could be you. But when you said that to me, I've told every wedding couple that.
Yeah.
When I take their pictures, because at the end of the not the reception, but the end of the after ceremony pictures, it's just us three. And I say, hey, I need y'all to remember something. I've told them that since you said it on the podcast, and it stuck with me. That really, really stuck with me. Like, why the did I get married?
Yeah.
I didn't marry my girl because she made more money than me.
But I think that's so important, though.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I didn't marry her because of that.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't marry her because she is the baddest chick I ever dated. There we go, baby. I cleaned it up for you, you know what I'm saying? But it was that. I married her for a couple of particular reasons.
Yeah.
And I know why. And I've shared that with her. And she might just thinks it's something easy.
Yeah.
But I know why I married her.
Exactly.
Right? And I married her for the same reason why all my boys came up to me and said, that's the one you marry.
Yeah.
Hey, we know the last couple. But you have to remember that. So sometimes you have to remember. But also, if she ever, in remembering that, if she ever came up to me and said, nah, this done.
Yeah.
Then I got to accept that. And I got to accept what comes with that. But I always remember that. I told somebody this, and this sounds so jacked up, but she ain't listening. My business changed once I got with her.
Yeah.
People was like, he got a wife. All right, he could be creepy, but more than likely he's less creepy. And he got a wife, and we do like that. That changed. My life changed. My views on things changed. I saw things in a different light. Like I have to remember those things. So I imagine that. But Judge Mathis, he knew better.
Yeah, he definitely knew better. But I definitely think that's something, you know, especially with the guys that are listening right now. It's like, you know, like, hey man, like, you know, what makes you fight through? Because a lot of times we don't talk about it. Because we don't talk about. Well, we do talk about when men fuck around and cheat, right? But we don't talk about when women fuck around and cheat, or why they cheat, or when they fuck up the money. Like how, you know, as a man, like, yo, are you staying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and why? And why, right? So I don't think we discussed that enough. And that's why I put the Judge Mathis on there, because, you know, he was like, all right, I'm going to get my woman back. And I think a lot of times as guys with our pride, we just be like, man, fuck that bitch. I don't need her. Yeah. I'm going to replace her with somebody else. And it's like, bro, it ain't really that easy out here.
It really ain't. And you said something when we was off Sugar Creek in the hood. Shout out to Sugar Creek on our podcast journey. You said something there. You said, yo, a lot more dudes are staying than what they want y'all to believe.
Yeah. A lot of guys, way more guys are staying than they pretend. And it's like, so it's not just you that is dealing with it or tolerating it. So it's like, and here's the thing, and all marriages are not bad also. Like, let me be clear there.
Yeah.
I know some people that have some marriages where I'm just like, it looked like a really dope marriage, right? And I also know some people that got some marriages I thought, really dope marriage. And then I get to know them and I'd be like, whoa, how are y'all together?
We're going to talk about Love is Blind in a little bit, but there's a scene in there where a black guy tells the white guy, a white couple was like, oh my gosh, you guys seem so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Bro, they broke up the next episode. That same white couple. Stephen A. Smith brung his daughter on his live. I don't talk about nobody's kids, but he brung his daughter on his live because he is in hot water.
To say what? What would his daughter say?
He always, when he gets in hot water, everybody loves Stephen A.'s daughter.
Yeah, he just roll out the cute kid.
And Stephen A. daughter, I cannot wait to see
such a moron. He is killing Winston-Salem State degree credibility.
Yeah, shout out to the Rams.
He is like, I have never seen somebody that blows in whatever direction that the wind blows. Like literally whatever direction that the wind blows, he is blowing. Now,
who's worse, him or Ryan Clark?
Boy,
it might be Stephen A.
That's a heavy hitting question right there. Like, my goodness, I don't know. I do not know because Ryan Clark. It's Stephen A. Because Ryan Clark will say something, he just go backtrack it the next day.
Yeah. Stephen A. If you do not know, so Serena's husband, Serena Williams, probably a top 5 athlete of all time.
Definitely top 10 athlete of all time. We're including all sports, easily top 10.
Yeah, I want to say she in the top 5. I mean, it's only I got Jordan there. Jordan, Tiger, Tom,
LeBron,
Wayne Gretzky, and her. LeBron ain't in the top 5.
LeBron, what? This dude has played basketball longer than anybody in the history of basketball.
Okay,
at a high level.
You can go to college for 20 years and be smart.
You're not getting 4.0 GPA as it gets progressively harder for 20 years. That ain't happening.
So we got them. I think, If you throw LeBron in there, she's either 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying?
I would put her ahead of Wayne Gretzky.
And it was nice at hockey.
Yeah, he was definitely nice. Like I think he still got a record.
Yeah.
Like
too many.
Yeah.
But so Serena's man went up there. And I wish it sucks to call him Serena's man. Because the nigga created Reddit. One of my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, there's is it called Dirty Slut Confessions on Reddit? Y'all need to find it. It's a hidden thread on Reddit. I got invited to it yesterday. I don't know why I don't post. But
invite me. So I lost my phone, so I do not have all my burner logins anymore.
Oh, I got to send it to you.
Yeah, so you got to send it to me, man. Like I got to get back to my burner. I'm gonna have to just create like a new burner account, like new burner email.
If y'all do not know, Reddit is the way to let y'all know that women are nastier than us.
That should have been a given if you went to college.
You didn't tell me that at 21.
If you was in college, you should have been.
I went to college with you. You didn't say nothing.
Well, when you went to college with me, I was like back in the real world. I was just finishing my degree.
Did you tell me?
But the first time I went to college,
I'll say I wasn't there.
Yeah, the first time I went to college, like that's when I was just like, yo, women are amazingly disgusting.
Absolutely. But he went on there and he tried to get his shit off on Stephen A. We'll speed through it because this is old, but the problem is he was ready to check Stephen A. on Stephen A.'s comments about
his wife.
About your wife, crip walking at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if she really wants her ex that bad for her to do this, she should go back. And he tried to get his jokes off and was like, yo, I create $1 billion companies because that's my expertise. That's my lane. And Stephen A. was like, oh, we could talk about it later. Stephen A. tried to curve it like at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Whose side you on?
Well, here's the thing. I'm always going to be on the side of a man that's defending his wife.
Okay.
Whether I like his wife or not. Because that's part of being married. Part of being married is in public, you're on my side, whether I'm right or wrong.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you do not go against your wife or husband in public. So I get it. Like you might tell them like, hey, cut it out, bring it down.
Relax.
But you don't be like, you know you wrong, bitch. Like, no, you don't do that shit.
Be single as hell.
Yeah. So I get what Alexis is doing. I get that, he's showing Steve like, yo, I could be here whenever I want to. I think it's almost a year later. So I think like, yo, you kind of held on to this for a minute.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's a little petty. But
nah, you kicked my wife back in on national TV.
But I do agree. Like I also thought that her dancing at the concert, I thought it was faux pas. I ain't even gonna lie. I was just like, you don't have to do this. Like I
gotta do it.
Yeah, you don't have not for an ex, not for an ex. But I would never say like, yo, she want Drake back. I mean, excuse me,
she need to go back to Drake.
Yeah. Like that's what that. But again, though, that's the corniness of Stephen A. Is that he always go too far, right?
He do.
Yeah, that's part of his fuck up allure.
I was cool with Serena crip walking for the simple fact that Drake has spent 2 albums kicking her and her man's back in on definitely. He called on his last album. He called Serena. He was like, "Yo, did he call him He called him something.
I don't know.
He called him a dick rider. He called Serena's man a dick rider on the last album.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was like randomly in the song. It didn't even rhyme. He's like, "Hey, Serena, your last man is something," and it was like it had to be a dick rider. Oh, he called him a groupie. Excuse me. He's like, your new man is a groupie. He just the song.
Oh, you know, I do remember that. But okay, so he was saying, but was he saying that he was a groupie for Drake, or was he a groupie for Serena?
No, he just called him a groupie.
Because I took that to think that he was saying that your man is a fan of me, which I would be like, I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Like if I dated, like, give me one of Drake's exes.
Of age?
Not doing
Rihanna. You love Rihanna.
But she has a man. Give me a single one.
Johnny Blaze.
I don't know who that is. Just say before I say what I'm about to say.
She used to be a sex worker. I want to say, I don't know if Johnny Blaze ever stripped, but she definitely was a bartender.
Okay.
She's the one who
bartender at a strip club.
She the dummy who got the abortion when she got pregnant by Drake.
You probably paid good money for that. All right. So if I was to date Johnny, right?
Shout out to Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, and Drake was be like, "Yo, your man is a groupie," right? I'd be like, low key, yeah, I do like the nigga music. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I took it.
Are you a groupie?
I'm not a groupie, but I get it in a rap song, right? I'm dating your ex.
If I'm worth more than you, because I created Reddit. I mean, I got bread. So you might not be richer than Drake, but like, yo,
he got money, he got connections.
And yeah, me and my girl definitely got more money than you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not finna kick my back at random. Me, I was minding my business.
Yeah, so that's how I was like, so Serena being there, I didn't get it. I got the
She's from Compton.
She was there for that song. She wasn't there for Kendrick. She was there for that song.
That just made Kendrick sing better. Shout out to Kendrick, man. I love you, man. You better not win this Grammy. I mean, Kendrick, you gonna win the Grammy. I wish the Clips would win it, but whatever. We there for it. We'll talk about the Grammys when they get closer. Drake lost his MUG lawsuit. Good or bad?
I mean, it was never going to go anywhere. I mean, that was all a leverage play. Honestly, it was to do what it did, which was kind of to kill the momentum for Not Like Us.
Did it kill the momentum for it? Not at all.
It slowed it up. It did slow it because we're not really talking about it anymore.
Because it's a year and a half old.
Dude, we did hit him up for like 2 years straight in college.
I mean,
like
that's because they died right after that. Do you know Tupac died? What was it? 3 months after Hit 'Em Up dropped?
I didn't realize
it's like super close when he died. Shout out to the MGM. I heard Bruno Mars, if you go to like one of his clubs out there in Vegas, he will be in there, coked out, allegedly, ready to party. Shout out to Bruno Mars. But nah, I don't think it killed it. Yo, if I go win Grammys and then do the Super Bowl and then you drop your lawsuit, did you really kill my record? Like,
no, not kill the record. I think he needed that song to die down, and I think that was the biggest thing, because at the end of the day, I mean, it exposed everything that we already knew, right? Which was payola is what's going on, and I don't know what kind of new contract he get off that, because I mean, hell, Drake's not young anymore. Like, isn't he in his 40s?
He close to it, still acting the way he act.
Yeah.
Do you think a lawsuit? Do you think a win or a loss would have hurt him more?
You know, I don't know, because as someone that liked old Drake music, I didn't dislike him because of the Kendrick song, and I also didn't fan over him to defend him over the Kendrick song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was a good battle back and forth. I think it definitely went too far when you're talking about, you know, A minor and domestic violence charges, right? That's where you lost me, like as, you know, 2 black men or 1.5 black men, however you want to describe that. But I think that's kind of where you lost me at. So I think it was good. I think it was honestly, in retrospect, I think that was rap music last gasp. I think that was the death rattle. I think rap is dying, and I think that was it, right? And when I say rap was dying, right, rap is not going to disappear, right? Like jazz music has been around forever. It exists today. You know what I'm saying? If Chris Bodie is in Charlotte, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? But we don't think of jazz in the way that we thought of Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis,
back in
Coltrane, right? It's not that anymore. It's Chris Bodie today.
Yeah.
And I think that's where rap music is heading. I think it's heading to a very, very niche genre. I think pop is about to be the new genre, and that's what you're going to see for the next 20 years. 200 episode, that's why it was on my mind.
Hey, man, shout out to 200. The balloons on the floor. Sorry, Mimi. But we still have some more here. I don't know. I was thinking about like, dang, if he would have won, at least his fans, them young. You know, I said this on Twitter. Drake is the only person from his class who did not grow up with his audience.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I love to say that my generation carried the Drake, the Big Sean, the Wale, the J. Cole, and the Kendricks.
No, y'all definitely did. Y'all probably did it. Y'all probably did it more than I think even we did it, because my generation was Tupac and Biggie, and then kind of like once we kind of lost those two guys,
it was like, what's going on?
Well, you know what I'm saying? It was like, what's next, right? Like Jay-Z was next up, Nas was next up, but they weren't those guys. So like our generation kind of mourned it. So we didn't really get behind anybody like that. Like Jay-Z became big because everybody liked Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Nas came big because everybody liked Nas or hated Jay-Z.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things where you look up and you say, yo, J. Cole fans are doctors, lawyers.
Yeah, you guys carried J. Cole. You carried Wale.
Because we was in college.
Yeah.
And so we graduated college, and then now you have intellectual people being fans of Kendrick, of J. Cole, of Big Sean, and stuff like that. But it seemed like
definitely carried Big Sean, because I couldn't tell you a Big Sean song to this day.
Hey man, you know something. Shout out to Big Sean, man, but he be crying too much. But what happened with Drake was to make him the biggest star in the world, he kept getting younger.
Yeah.
So when Lil Baby comes along, I'm right there. When Migos come along, I'm right there. When, you know, these new people who we don't hear no more because he stole their publishing and put them in the trash can. You don't hear, but what ends up happening is you go to a Drake show and the average person is 23.
Yeah.
They white and 23. We don't want to have those real conversations about what Drake target audience looks like now. But what ends up happening is you do have a lawyer who's 35 looking at I don't want to even give a job because y'all gonna get mad. But the DoorDasher who's 22, who popping pills and shit, like you saying like, all right, what's going on? That shit gonna be all out of focus. Mike gonna be so mad. Oh no, it's still on your eye. But it's one of those situations with Drake. So I'm like, I wish he would have grew up with his audience because it was there. But I don't know if he becomes a pop star that I call him to be. So I looked at it, I was like, do a win help or do a lose help? And I think that overall you was gonna look bad because you really went out your way to say I'm suing somebody over lyrics. And I am a fan of, I don't know if y'all know this, I am a fan of battle rap. I watched battle rap since I was 14.
Yeah.
I've been to battle rap shows. I understand it's a niche community, but the shit that they say there, y'all thought with Drake hurt?
Yeah.
Like,
but it's a reason why it's underground.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a reason. But I mean, Drake at the battle rap events, dead ass. Drake told Murder Mook what he got to do to battle him, and Drake ain't been. He said Drake started a battle rap app. He know what time it is.
Yeah.
And Kendrick Lamar is definitely a school of that too, because people on his label done went to battle rap events. Kendrick done been there. Kendrick done did it before.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, damn, you sued somebody, but at least if you say, hey, I sued him and I walked away with $2 billion.
Yeah, and again, right? I think a lot of that was I think it was based more around contract than just Kendrick. I think Kendrick was definitely the irk, right? Like you don't want the guy that you feel like slighted you winning, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like if it was just a random guy, right? Like I mean I don't know, like because it seemed like Drake at some point in time was friends with everybody, right?
That's the problem right there.
that is part of the
also,
problem.
The judge. Clearly, she a Kendrick Lamar fan. Did you read her fucking comments? Oh my God.
I did not read her comment.
Bro.
But anyway, I think for all intents and purposes, I think that y'all gonna get mad at me when I say this, but I think rap is dead. And I always tell y'all that a lot of times you think I'm wrong, I'm just way fucking early. And I might be a little bit early, but I'm telling you, you're gonna come back and listen to shit 2 years later.
Mike got this balloon all in my damn camera. This shit better be blurry. See, look. See, This is where SWer get it from. Man, can you see it? Make sure I'm not blurry. You can turn the little flap out.
You're not blurry.
Turn the flap out towards you. Let's see if she know how to work the camera. Am I blurry? Cool. Good.
Your makeup is good.
She ain't got no makeup on.
I'm talking to you.
Oh. I'm about to say, she's just pretty without makeup. You got a man? You want us to throw you out there? Oh, she said, nah. That means she got a nigga. She got her nails done, y'all.
She got part-time dude.
And she's smart.
She is very smart.
She went to the real UNC. I remember one time I was at Best Buy and I was trying to talk to this girl. And so I was like, yeah, I went to UNC. And she cut me off right before I could say the second C.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, me too. We should meet up when we get back to school. And I was like, she was so damn pretty. And I had Jamar with me. And Jamar was like, hey, bro, it's over. And I was like, nah, I go to Charlotte. And she goes, oh. And I didn't know that people at Chapel Hill, they look down at people who got the extra letter.
Yeah. But that's why they're not letting us change the name to Charlotte because Charlotte is on this upward swing. Hey, and they don't like that. They don't like that.
Shout out to that girl at Best Buy. You was pretty. Wasn't the size I wanted you, but you was still pretty. Shout out to her.
Pretty sure she's not at Best Buy anymore. She was pretty for sure.
And at Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
You don't go to Chapel Hill to work at Best Buy.
No, you go to Chapel Hill to marry a doctor.
Or be a see? All right. We got a Chapel Hill grad in here. She gonna whoop your ass as soon as this shit is over. I would dive into Marc and Flip, but we overtime. Marc and Flip, I would say this.
No. We gotta talk about it.
Okay.
You gotta talk about it.
Where you want to start at with this?
I mean, the first place I want to start is
let's get these niggas a 2-hour pod on the 200.
Yeah. Do you what they're doing on air? Mm-hmm. What was the reasoning behind it?
So do we get to talk about where everybody was wrong at?
Yeah.
Okay. Joe Budden brung up a conversation where he said that Marc Lamont came to him and said, hey, if you get rid of, or if these two people leave, I want their salary. Joe brung that up and it pissed off everybody that was sitting there. Marc tried to clean it up and said, this is what I told Joe. But the thing is like, hey, if you get rid of them two people, I want part of their salary and I'll do more to get it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair. But I'm also the same guy who said I don't think Drake gets to go into the people to Lucien and say X, Y, and Z just because he's the biggest. Now the biggest draw at the JBP is Marc. He's the one who's seemed to be the brightest star at the moment, right? When he said that, Flip responded with, and I'm gonna just paraphrase, but Flip responded with, yo, I think when you try to use tricky words and you try to use your audience that's coming in to like weaponize them against us, I think it's sucker shit.
Yeah.
Marc didn't like the word sucker shit.
Yeah.
Now, as a young boy who clearly pops with somebody older, I know it's certain words from Mike's generation that my generation just don't find offensive.
Yeah.
Right? It's certain things I would just never say to you. I'm not even willing to figure out if it offends you. Like, I'm just not. And I look at Mike, this sounds so bad. Mike, I'm sorry. I look at Mike like my dad's age. So it's certain things I won't say to Mike because I would never say it to my father. Like, it's just certain things I would never do. Like, look.
I'm at the bottom of Gavin's dad generation, by the way. I'm Generation X. I'm literally like at the bottom.
Mike is the last year. But look, I would never go to my dad and be like, yo, suck my D. Like, I would never do that. You say that to somebody in my generation, they're going to be like, well, that's just gay.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, keep it moving, pal. Yeah. Like, whatever. But in Mike's generation, that meant something different.
Yeah.
Niggas died over that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand, my point of view is I can understand why somebody like Marc will be offended by the word sucker, because in his generation, it was different. Like, it meant something different. Now, would I have gotten that angry? I don't know. But it is certain things that do make me angry.
Yeah. So,
come on.
I know why Joe did it. Right? Content over everything, right?
Yes.
I know why Joe did it. Should Joe have done it? No.
Absolutely not. And that's probably why Melissa Ford ain't on the podcast no more.
Yeah. Because if you want to tell us that. Give us that story, Joe.
Let me give you something else. 2 weeks before Melissa Ford left, Joe told the group how Melissa Ford went to HR on them. I'm going to just leave that like that.
Hey, Joe is problematic, man. What I love him as a podcaster, man. But I love problematic people, man. I think hearing Kiss is just one of the most brilliant strategists of all time. So I love problematic people. But Joe should not have done that. Also, Marc should have explained it better. Right,
the sucker part, or
no, the going to Joe part, right?
Okay.
Because here's the thing, Flip's absolutely right, especially if I'm here and I'm getting paid and this is how I'm earning my living, and I got the new rising star. Somebody else just left and I don't know why or what happened here, right? And then the new rising star said, "Hey, man, if you get rid of 2 more people, I want to. What am I one of the people that you getting rid? I can't get mad at Flip for being like, yo,
that was my Drake point.
Don't mess.
Go ahead.
Don't mess with my money.
Yeah.
I can't get mad at Flip for saying that, bro. I can't. So when I see how Flip reacted, now Flip should have been like, all right, bro, like, you too smart to be here, right? That was that Flip. You ain't got to go there. But what you can say is like, hey, man, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, either we all had a conversation together, right? If you're gonna mention me, make sure I'm there. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
But who does that?
But that's Flip's point, though.
I understand.
That's Flip's point. It's like, no, nobody does it. To your point, nobody does that. But to Flip point, if you're going to mention me, you need to make sure I'm there.
Yeah, and my problem with it is I didn't like what Marc did. If you did that, I can get it, but I'm standing on the side of with the Drake situation, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Marc should just owned it.
He should have, but I don't think Flip got it there. Also, I think Marc overreacted. But
he absolutely did.
However, Flip, a dude is upset. He's telling you I'm not potting no more. He's screaming. He's saying that he dropping F-bomb. He doing all this. You don't stand up and walk towards him. That is ignorant upon ignorance. Also, I love to say this. I used to say this about Mel. I say this about everybody. Everybody does I'm performing. Flip, I don't believe that you a dummy. You told us you made $1 million off of YouTube one year.
Yeah.
I don't think you get there being an idiot.
No.
Right? Even if you know that, hey, I got to play this part to get where I'm going. Cool. You got to play that. But you play into the I'm ignorant. They call you chicken nugget all the time.
Yeah.
They say you eat steak with ketchup all the time, right? They kill you for it. So you gotta, if you're gonna live in that. Marc, the greatest, I think is gonna win him part of the month again. I don't use tricky words. I use regular words, and it's tricky for you. Nigga. And look, also,
hey, real talk. That should have got you punched in the face.
Flip, that's when you stand up.
Flip. That when a dude do that, all right, now I do have to punch you in the face. It was performative up until this point.
I said, oh shit. Like, but also, I understand Mike's issue with Marc, and I'm not saying I'm with it.
And to be clear, right, I'm not the biggest Marc fan, right?
So that's why I'm about to give you this.
I'm not the biggest Marc fan, and I'm not fans of Flip either. I'm just not Marc. He's not in that Ryan Clark, Stephen A. Smith level of where I can't stand dudes, right?
Yeah.
But Marc, if there's a level like right above it, like that's where Marc lives.
So when Marc lived there, and when he made the comment was when Flip made the comment, it was like, yo, I feel like you go in these spaces, and basically he was trying to hint at that, yo, you pander in front of white people to put them against us.
Yeah.
Flip, you wrong about that. Marc panders, but it's not he don't go into white spaces and try to appeal to supremacy.
He doesn't. And
he literally loses his job because of that.
Yeah, he is interesting. Like, the brother is smart. Like, I was
a PhD.
Yeah, I was listening to him. A lot of PhDs are morons.
Yeah, so. I ain't say that.
yeah, but
they got some smarts to him though.
Yeah, but he's actually a smart guy. So it's like, no, I actually, despite some of my qualms with Marc Lamont, which is probably more so with him being leaning liberal or socialist than his education level. It's more of that than anything else. But it's like, I that was an opportunity. It's two things that happened there, right? Flip being really, really New York real quick, right? Mm-hmm. That's annoying.
Shout out to Queenzflip.
And then I know literally in the name, right? Mm-hmm. And Marc not just owning it, right? That, like, for me, I was like, oh, let's see if Marc's gonna own this, because he always got so much to say.
Yeah,
he didn't.
And also, I say this. Last thing I say, Mona, I love you. I know you're a comedian, and you'll put me in your next stand up whenever you come to Charlotte, so I don't want to say nothing crazy. Mona is the newest. Well, she's the only female.
Yeah.
But her name is Don't Call Me White Girl. Super funny. Mona, we used to laugh at you back in the day all the time because I think you're hilarious. When two grown men are arguing, debating, or when one approaches them and they think it's about to be a fight, that is not the time when you start talking, telling them what they should and shouldn't do. I commented so many times on that video, this is how women either get cussed out or punched in the face on something they ain't got nothing to do, because they are literally going back and forth and you telling them. And then Joe had to stop and be like, no, they cannot go on my balcony and keep this argument. I got white ass neighbors. Y'all cannot do this in this community. And you telling them what they do and you egging it on. That's just one of the times. And this is to all my ladies. You see two men fight and they going back and forth. Please leave or be quiet.
Yeah, no, go get another man.
Yeah, or just leave.
Yeah. Yeah, like, but if you're gonna leave, if you want to stop the fight, go get another man.
Because
go get your husband, ladies.
Mona is in a room. It's 4 or 5 other men who are not saying out one word. And she's sitting there not egging it on, but you adding fuel to the fire and you don't even realize it.
You don't understand that the danger, because like even the guys, for that to happen on camera, I'm guessing that something has been stewing for a while off camera.
You got Jadakiss son, Jaywan. You know that Jadakiss son who be on there.
I didn't know that.
He's sitting there. You got Imani who's getting up trying to de-escalate. You got Ice who's quiet. You got Ish who's quiet. Corey's quiet.
But the fact that everybody else was quiet kind of lets me know that dudes are kind of letting them get it off, because it's something they need this. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where I think everybody was kind of like, yo, they need this, right? So even if they move a little bit of furniture, they need to get it out. They need this.
But poor conversation. All right, Mimi, we at the end, all right? I know you listening. You probably like, what the hell is going on? My camera still on? All right, cool. You got to let me know. We almost up out of here. The NBA is back. LeBron ain't playing. Jordan would have played.
Jordan would not have played because Jordan would have been retired because he couldn't play at this age.
He played at 40, right? When he played for Washington, how old was he?
Jordan, I mean, LeBron is way older than Jordan.
I mean, in basketball years, yeah.
Yeah, so like when Jordan played, I do think Jordan turned 40 the year he played with the Wizards.
And he played all 82 and didn't win nothing. It is back. I am happy to see Russell Westbrook is on the Kings. Congratulations to him. I don't think you shouldn't have been out of the NBA.
How old is Russell?
Younger than KD.
KD's old though. KD's like 38, 39.
Yeah, KD is old. KD might be 37, about to go on 38.
Yeah, a lot. A lot of these guys are sticking around, but I mean, you know,
that money.
That high, yeah, it is that money, bro. Extra 10, 15 million at the end of your career.
And I'm mad that SGA is talking about I don't want to be around here old. I just don't want to be signing contracts. All right, nigga. If we offering you $400 million, you're going to stick around.
Russ, 36. Yeah. But, you know, Shay's a little different anyway. You know, he's Canadian. He's a little bit different. So he got a max contract. I mean, he getting what, $75 million a year?
Yeah, he gonna get one more.
Yeah, so another max contract. I could definitely see him at 35 being like, yeah.
But if I'm gonna give you a third one, you gonna say no?
You're not gonna get 75, bro. Depending on what he done invested in, it's a really good chance that if you offered Shay, I don't know, we talking about 10 years from now.
Yeah.
If you offered him $15-20 million, like, yo, athletes only get half of that.
Yeah, I know, but if we
so it's like, do you want to put your body through all that again? Who that was that retired? That was gosh, it was
football.
It was football, I think. But he was
Calvin Johnson. He retired young.
Calvin retired. I think it was Aaron Donald. I think Aaron Donald was like, yo, he was like, I can still play, but he was like, it's not worth what I got to put my body through.
Yeah, but he play on the line where it's like every play I'm getting hit.
Yeah. But I'm saying though, but I mean, Aaron Donald still, I mean, he's the $50 million a year player. Yeah. And Aaron Donald's like, bro, it ain't worth it.
Yeah. But Shay is going to sign a third max deal. If I'm going to, if you giving me at least 60 now, that means my next one requiring going to be 75, 80 million a year.
But also, man, he's married too, though.
Yeah, I love when these athletes be like, "Oh, I want to miss my kid."
I'm a romantic man. I believe that at some point, man, you just want to get with your wife and your kids and just stay home. And
I do that now.
I'm a romantic man.
Yo, shout out to fantasy. I am currently 1-5. Guess why? Because I left 2 dudes on the bench who did not play. And guess what happened with me? I lost by 11 points.
Jeez, gal.
Yeah, it's over.
Don't be one of those fantasy players. You don't play fantasy, man. Set your lineups.
No, so what happened is I had them there. An hour before the game. They was out, but I was drunk in Vegas.
Yeah, I know. Don't be the guy. Set your lineup.
I said it, but I was outside. And then this week I was like, yo, DJ Metcalf, I'm going to start him because he be getting off. Then nigga didn't do nothing. He gave me 8 points last night. And then Lyman fell on A-Rod. I am with A-Rod. Don't follow me. I'm old.
I'm with A-Rod too. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, bruh, I'm 40 plus. Don't do that, bro.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, man.
I threw a touchdown.
I'm too old. I am too old.
2,000 other touchdowns.
Yeah,
like,
I am
fine.
too old, man. Do not do that. At my age, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, bro, don't do that.
Hey, I'm going to make this quick before we get up out of here. If you are a fan of Love is Blind or if you're watching it, I want to let everybody know they keep doing black people dirty on TV. This is just another example. Edmond is black. He is not black, actually. He's from Ghana.
It's not black American. They would eat you up for that.
Man,
Y'all don't understand the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality.
Yeah, if
you know what I'm saying, though, right? It's the internet. It's informal language.
Well, here's my
Relax.
thing. If I go to Ghana and I step off the plane, they're not gonna say
you guy, ain't he? Right?
They ain't gonna call me African. They're gonna say you are American. You are a black American.
Solid point.
So whatever, y'all get y'all shit off how you want to get it off.
But again, right? That's been constantly the complaint, though, right? Is that we have these people that are positioned as black, and when you position them as black, right? You're positioning them as if he's a black American, right?
Yeah.
So anything that he does on Love and Blind is not a reflection on Ghana or West Africans,
Not at
right?
all.
It's a reflection on black Americans.
So when he cries in every episode, we know what's happening.
that is a reflection on black Americans,
When he
right?
kissing the floor.
That's a reflection on black Americans.
When his girl say I ain't giving you no box and he start crying.
Black American, right? This is what y'all black men do, right? And then when she looks at his ID and says, "Oh, you weren't born here?"
Yeah, bro, they signed the paper and she said, I didn't know you wasn't born in America. I'm like, girl. And then for her, they make her the angry black woman. I ain't like that. Because she do got a little snappiness in her. But
Where's she from?
I don't know. She played basketball at FAMU.
So if she played basketball, there's a really good chance that she also might be from somewhere in women's sports.
Who knows?
Yeah.
The show, I wasn't excited to watch it because I know Denver ain't got no black folks. But that's what I heard. I've never been there. But when I watched it,
It ain't a lot.
It's definitely interesting. They had the two conservative people who was like, oh, how do you feel if your kid turned out gay? And then my wife gasped. And I said, this for Trump people. You ain't know conservative. They had to get that off. And guess what? This dude had a sick ass house in the mountains, like an hour away from Denver. It was sick. Like you could tell he had money. He had a nice cabin. Well, it wasn't even a cabin. It was like a whole home up there.
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, you should sell this and move back into town. And he was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, you should come to my salon and help me fix it up. This nigga tried to put up crown molding with caulk. And I was like, why y'all playing our face? You can't put this shit up with this. Like, what are y'all doing? With caulking? What? And he was like, yeah, he had a caulk gun in his hand. He's like, yeah, I'm about to put this right here.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it wasn't even in the corner, Mike. It was like down some.
They would even that just had to be for camera because anybody knows that wouldn't work.
It wasn't gonna work. And I was just like, but he broke up with her last night. It's definitely been interesting. You have two Asian people on there who was definitely cosplaying for white folks.
So they got Asians, blacks in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that Asians are blacks in Denver, but that's not really representative of Denver's demographics.
Nah.
Right? If I pull up, I'm gonna pull
This
up.
is a lot. This Love is Blind is what happens when we ask for regular people. I was reminded by Med before the podcast started that Love is Blind typically has normal looking people, but they found regular like acting people as well. I also, no offense, I think Edmond's on the spectrum, which is fine, but maybe the girl might want to know that. Maybe I don't know if that was right because he does have like so many outbreaks that I'm just like, y'all know better. This man was crying. Now I'm gonna say this. Is her name AB or AD? It's AB, right? You can say it out loud, girl. The black girl. No, from Denver. KB. Thank you. Shout out to our researcher who's in the back. She don't know she got to take a picture of me and Mike before we leave. But anyway, KB. Damn, what was my point? Oh, no. She was sitting down with him, Mike. And she said, so how do you feel to know that all the other guys had sex with the person? He's like, he's just before he started crying. And she was like, it seemed like sex means more to you than it does to me. And he was like, nah, I just want us to be, one. She's like, sex don't mean nothing. I didn't have one night stands. I didn't let dudes wait 3 months. I didn't make dudes wait 9 months. I didn't met a dude, fucked him and kept it moving. And I told my wife, I said, you think that made me feel better that I'm not getting none? That you didn't? And he told her, he was like, oh, this was when he started crying. He was like, oh, I just feel like you telling me you had one night stands, but I can't even touch it. I'm like, this nigga here, man. This nigga got a problem.
Solid point, but he definitely needs to clean up his delivery.
Yeah, but don't tell me that you let somebody else crack that you don't even know where they at right now in life, and then we supposed to be getting married and I can't even ride this bike.
Yeah, you're crazy with that. That's not happening.
Yeah, I be around Denver.
That's not happening.
And he's emotionally unintelligent, and she is too. Fuck it. What you got planned this weekend?
Don't really know, man. Working on Black Dash Club stuff, man, because we gotta take this thing to the next level. Episode 200, man. It's time.
It is time. I guess this weekend I ain't doing I'm working. My wife is mad. Tomorrow I work from 9 to 7. Sunday I work from 12 to like 9. So she like, all right, bro. Like, what's up? But you know what?
Gotta get paid.
Gotta out earn her now. I've been talking all that shit online. Now she really out earned me. Now I gotta find some work. But you know what I'm saying? Look, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Sorry about the last 2 weeks. We made up for it. It's the longest episode y'all have ever got.
Longest for sure.
For sure. And I don't know if we ever gonna get longer than that, pause, but who knows? Shout out to Mimi and Med.
Thank you, ladies.
If y'all go on our IG, Med is on there. Just type in M.E.D. She is single, allegedly. She makes a lot of money, so she'll pay for the first date. I don't know. She brought some nigga to one of our live shows. I said that to him, but she said, nah, this all good. Oh, he listening? He a listener? Oh, yeah, he a listener. My fault, bro. I think y'all should date, unless you're not into...
she might not be into him.
Was he tall enough? I can't remember.
I think it was pretty tall.
You like light-skinned dudes? Oh, hell. All right, we got to go, man. Colorism at its finest, man. Listen, to all the sex workers that support us, I love you. To all the single ladies that support us, I love you. To all the dads, we appreciate you. We need you more than ever. And to all the sons that will not, if you're listening to this because you just turned 18 and your dad said, listen, then thank you. And with that, we're going to holler at you next time.
Holla at your boy.